Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first inaugural 2951 episode of Tour de Verse. My name is Blood Eagle. I am joined here by the ever gregarious Crucian Gaming, and today we are going to be bringing you guys some thrills and chills on the frozen world of Microtech. We are here today to bring you guys some amazing action with 6 teams from around the verse that are all going to be competing for the first ever champion of the Tour de Verse. Now, for those of you that may not know, the Tour de Verse is actually a competition that is organized by SACE. SACE, the organization of SACE, actually organizes gaming competitions in multiple games. They have done tournaments in games like Rust. They are going to be doing the Tour de Verse every year, and they will also be doing a Hell Let Loose competition this year later on. The main organizer is Luigi. The team also has Dutch and technical staff. Humanity and Peacebach for the general help, and then Nora and Luminescent for comms, and a lot of other supporting people are here today, live in studio, making sure that this happens for you guys.
All right,
Christian's
let me get in
go
there.
ahead. Yeah,
let me
go
get
ahead,
in
Christian.
there real quick here. Blood, pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for introducing me today. Guys, we got the inaugural season of Tour de Verse, and guys, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's just incredible, Blood, because, you know, this complete dynamic here that we have today of Tour de Verse is completely different. It's different from, you know, from the Daymar Rally. It's different from every event that, you know, myself and you have been doing at Ammo Esports, and that's why I like the dynamic, and that's why we're here. We're gonna be here to bring you guys the hype and every single view that we can, so you guys can see what the heck is going on in this race, because this race is about to be very, very crazy with a 6-team invitational, and we're gonna go over those teams. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the lore, Blood Eagle. I mean, the lore of this is incredible. You know, like I really like that when, you know, organizers do a race, there's some lore behind it. There's something that attaches the race to Star Citizen, to the lore, to something incredible. So if you want to take that away and talk about the lore a little bit here, Blooded, take it away.
Oh yeah, so Lev Cronenberg on November 20th or November 12th, 2949, in the Area 18 Plaza, decided that citizens are always busy hauling cargo, mining asteroids, or chasing bounties, and they sometimes forget to look at the beauty of the universe surrounding them. So their organizations are so preoccupied with maximizing the profits and eliminating the competition that they tend to forget their mutual kin. Therefore, the SACE organization will organize a race to celebrate that they are one people of the UEE and that they all live in this astonishing universe. They're going to rush the vast deserts, sail the frozen oceans, and conquer the great mountains of the UEE. They will not be intimidated by alien threats, and they will show that humanity is capable of. They will not argue over mining rights, nor the legitimacy of salvage. They will race each other on all the worlds, limitless and borderless. And that's what the Tour de Verse is.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, you know, just the freedom of, you know, the people of the UEE, and just, you know, just kind of like coming to celebrate just the people in general, and that's what the Tour de Verse is, right? I'm pretty sure you guys are getting like Tour de Verse, right? It's, you know, Tour de France. That's where, you know, our organizers here from SACE got the idea from. Obviously, Tour de France, if you guys haven't seen that, it's a huge cycling race in France, you know, so, you know, excited to see a lot of stuff, right? You got the Daymar Rally that's based off of the Dakar Rally. You got the, you know, the Tour de Verse that's based off the Tour de France, just vehicles and Star Citizen. I love how we're bringing real tournaments in real life into Star Citizen, and I'm pretty sure, you know, we might, instead of, you know, when Rangers come out, Blood, I mean, we, you know, switch it up, because instead of, you know, doing vehicles, we're going to be doing bikes, which kind of, you know, complements what the Tour de Verse is, which is going to be super, super cool. But, hey, excited to be here, excited to be, you know, in the inaugural season of Tour de Verse, guys. We're going to have, again, 3 races for you guys, okay? We're going to have stage 1, 2, and 3 all taking place inside of Microtech and showing you guys just a complete beauty of Microtech here. We're going to go over the map. We're going to go over the teams later on today. But for now, we got a special call out here from Zark Media, who made a quick video about the Tour de Verse. Let's go check that out.
We report on everything from politics to technology from around Stanton and the Empire. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Zark Media to stay in the loop with important events. I'm Oliver Zark, and you will be wiser than yesterday. Now enjoy Tour of the Verse, and I'll see you on Stanton today.
All right, and now we're back. Quick video there from Zark Media. Quick 30 seconds there. Again, thanks to Zark Media for making that for us. And yeah, man, super appreciate it. Great video from him. And now let's go over the competition rules, because Blood, I think we need to talk about the structure and the platform of the Tour de Verse, and see what we have for us in store today that the viewers can see and what's going on. So if you kind of want to explain the rules here, Blood, go ahead and take that away as well.
Absolutely. So as Crucian Gaming said, the Tour de Verse consists of 3 stages. Each stage has checkpoints. Each one of the checkpoints will have a local referee and a medical station, which will be a Cutlass Red staged at that checkpoint. The teams may make use of the medical station, or they can set their ICU. The teams must register at the local referee in person before continuing the race. If they do not, then they do not get the ability to move forward with the race. To register, at least one of the drivers must disembark from the race vehicle, walk up to the referee that is present at the checkpoint. After the registration, the referee will tell the team that they can go continue. You'll be able to tell who the referees are because they will be at the checkpoints, and the referee 1 will be named checkpoint 1, referee 2 will be named checkpoint 2, and then of course when we get to the end, our last referee is named stage finish. Very, very easy to do. When you are out there and running and you have a problem with your vehicle or something, if you have any problems and your Cyclone breaks, you have the ability to run on foot if you have to, or use the Cyclone. That's it. Those are your only 2 choices. You have a scout ship there. The scout ship is over top of your head. It's telling you where to go. It's helping you find the best use of your time. That scout ship is bringing with it some spare vehicles. If something happens and you lose your vehicle, you have the ability to have that scout ship land, pull out a new vehicle for you. You can hop back in that other vehicle, abandon the one that was there, and take off, continuing to move towards that next checkpoint.
Now, let me jump in here real quick here, Blood.
Yeah, go
before
ahead.
we continue moving on, because I'm not, what we saw in 3.13, especially with the new ground vehicle, implementations jumping in there. I mean, we saw people, these vehicles are not only they're not exploding anymore. They're losing parts of the vehicle. So I mean, they're gonna have to abandon the vehicles now if they lose a wheel, if they lose a certain part that they actually need of the vehicle, and that's what 3.13 is bringing. Not only are the vehicles racing a lot better, they're taking compartmental damage into certain parts of the vehicle. So we're back to losing wheels again, just like in previous patches, Blood. So this is going to be interesting. Instead of blowing up, which is cool, it saves the racer. They can drop down and get that spare vehicle and continue pushing on if they lose a few wheels.
Yeah, I did a little bit of practicing myself in 3.13 PTU before coming, and I'll tell you, as somebody who's been in the ground vehicle since they've been there, they felt more weighty. They felt more substantial. They hugged the ground better. I could actually feel my suspension working at times.
Yes.
It really does feel more realistic, more immersive than they ever have before. And I'm hoping to see that today.
And to add to that, right, what makes that so significant is that you got these small rocks on the ground, especially in a place like Microtech, like we're going to be racing today, right? You have all these high plants, high grass, and you don't see these small rocks. And what's so great about the suspension working is that the vehicles are going to realistically hug the floor and go over those rocks easily, making sure the vehicles takes possibly to no damage at all. On the ground and getting them racing to see, what 3.13 is going to look like. Are these vehicles going to be taking damage? We'll be getting reports about hull damage if there's any, but it's going to be an interesting race today, and I'm super, super excited.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think that the racers, Microtech is not something... Microtech is a very unforgiving place due to the terraforming accident that happened. And while it makes it great for the corporation of Microtech to be able to store all their servers and stuff there because they need that extreme cold, if you are out on the surface of that planet, you've definitely got some environment that you've got to deal with. And I think that these racers today are going to really have to bring their A game to not have to worry about the blizzards and be able to dodge the trees and the rocks at the same time as not freezing to death. Because as we know, all of those cyclones are open canopy, so they're going to be the racers themselves are going to be dealing with that environment as well.
Yeah, so as you're talking about the race rules and regulations right now, like again, you got two racers, two scout ships. Obviously, the racers, the scout ships, is to tell the racer, just like we do in the Demo Rally. Hey, what's in front of you? You need to go left. You need to go right around this mountain, because if you go up this mountain, you're gonna be stuck somewhere that you don't want to be. So that's why scouts are so important. They need to be able to do their job properly and make sure that they're giving the view up forward, not only during the day, but also giving them that light during the night, so that they're able to continue racing properly and not get how do you say, not get surprised by hitting a rock or diving to somewhere where they don't want to be. Now,
absolutely.
So now last thing here, right? One thing different about this is that you got respawns, ladies and gentlemen. So checkpoints, you have your colorless reds for respawn, and then you're going to have the Carrack, because, around the respawn, you can only respawn about 10 to 15 kilometers. So you need to be able to respawn at that Carrack once you pass that, that distance away from the colorless red. So that's a big change here. And I've never done a race that has respawn, so I'm definitely looking forward to this, Blood Eagle.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing, because we're both used to doing the Atmo Esports races that we do. It's pretty much your team, one vehicle, you blow up, you're done, it's out. And sorry, but that is how it works. In this one here, there's a major shift, because the racers may get to respawn as often as they want. Their scout ship may be able to go back and get as many vehicles as they want, but the racers don't actually know the course. Nobody knows the course ahead of time. Nobody's had a chance to practice. Nobody's had a chance to make 3D scans of the environment. You don't know where the rocks are. Even your scout ship sitting above you may be snowblind due to a blizzard, and you've got to rely upon somebody who can't see either. So because you've got this, course that is literally everybody's going into blind, it really makes it more exciting. But at the same time, those respawns are going to be probably utilized. I think we're going to see a lot of people respawning and getting new vehicles.
I mean, that's the whole point of this, right? If your racers here, right, these 6 teams that are currently invited, we'll go over those 6 teams here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. But being able to respawn is so vital to this race, because I think I wouldn't want to go into a race if I didn't know where this race was, where the course is at, and I wouldn't, and I only had one life. Now you're able to respawn, so now that changes the dynamic. Like, even though if you don't know the race, you're able to respawn. So honestly, you can't really say you have a good hold on this course, you have a good hold on this track, because you don't know where you're going. So definitely love the blind side of things of this course, but at the same time, respawns are going to change that dynamic. So we'll see what team comes out on top today as we go over these teams. But let's talk a little bit about rules of engagement here, Blood, and I'll let you go over that a little bit.
Okay, so as far as our rules of engagement go for the race today, and both of the other races after this, our scouts may never engage or hinder or harm any other team in any way whatsoever. And the scouts also may not use any weaponry, which we're used to from the Atmo Esports events. The drivers may only use the following weapons: personal weapons or the Tumble Cyclone turret weapons. Now, the reason why I say the Tumble Cyclone turret weapons is because the drivers are allowed to use any variant of the Cyclone that they want, as long as it is an actual Tumble Cyclone. So if you want to maybe go a little bit slower, but have that turret on the back and be able to take some shots at the other racers, you're giving up some of that speed, but you've got the ability to take each other out, or if you can. The drivers are not allowed at any point in time to fire upon the scout ship. That is completely forbidden, because the scout ships are there and they are unarmed, and all they're trying to do is just do their job. As far as prohibited targets, the teams may never engage or hinder any of the scouts, as we said, any of the scout ships. Absolutely don't shoot at the organizers or the camera crew, because kind of need them in order to do our job. Do not shoot the referees, because it's kind of hard to check in if you do. And do not shoot at the security forces, because obviously we want, they're there to protect you, and we need to make sure that you're not trying to take them out.
Yeah, let me go into this really quick here, because, again, interesting stuff here, and the rules of engagement are the same stuff that we've kind of seen, back in other events. And now, something here though, Blood, there's only 6 teams that are invited to the Tour de Verse, right? And they have to go through this rigorous process of trying to pick these teams, but at the same time, it's like, Star Citizen is so vast, but only 6 teams.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we probably won't see much rules of engagement other than in the beginning of the race. If we do see some engagement, guys, we'll obviously be making sure that our cameras are getting that for you guys, and we actually have views for each and every single racer as well. So if they're shooting at each other, we'll make sure we get that footage for you guys as well.
Yeah, and you're right. When the racers leave the start line, they're all going to be packed tightly. At that point in time, if anybody's going to take some shots at somebody, that would be the point. Because as soon as you can break away from that pack, you want to break away from that pack and not have to concentrate by looking over your shoulder or whether or not you can bring somebody else on target. All you want to be able to do is just focus on that race, have your scout ship feeding stuff into your ear, and just go and not worry about anybody else. So I imagine once we get going, the chances of engagement will probably be less, but you never know. We've seen before that every once in a while 2 racers can come out of both left and right field and kind of converge, and then all of a sudden you get those sparks. So maybe we might get lucky.
All right, so anyways, those are the rules for the Tour de Verse, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look now at the map so we can go ahead and show you guys exactly where these racers and where they have to go and where the checkpoints are, and we'll explain everything to you right here, right now. Go ahead and take it away, Blood.
Okay, so we are going to be starting at SMO 13, and our first leg of the event is a 43.3 kilometer run in the vehicles through various terrains. So this one here is more about the tundra environment. So we're going to have the trees, we're going to have the rocks that you got to deal with. There's going to be some hills, but this is not about the mountains. This is more about that tundra. So it's going to be about as flat as Microtech can get, except for the trees that you've got to worry about. Once they get to that first checkpoint, there will be a referee sitting there at the checkpoint with that Cuddy Red. They will have to go in, check in with that referee, and make sure that that their team is good to go for the next part. They will jump back in their vehicle. Hopefully their vehicle is still in good conditions and they can keep that moving. And then they've got another run of 36.7 kilometers towards that checkpoint 2. Now 36.7 kilometers, it gets a little bit more hilly and a little bit more mountainous on that next stretch. And they are going to have to pass some rougher terrain on their way to that checkpoint number 2. When they get to that checkpoint number 2, they are going to then, again, hop out of their vehicle, run into the referee. If they're smart, they'll set their ICU either there or hopefully they already have it on their Carrack, so they don't have to worry about that. Check in with that referee and go ahead and make sure that they are, in a position they can keep on moving. Then their final leg is 48.5 kilometers long, going towards the Twin Peaks. Now, at the Twin Peaks, I have been told that will have an 890 jump sitting there as the finish line, the official finish line, in all of its beautiful glory. Although with that white 890 sitting on Microtech, it might be invisible. We may not even see it until they get right up on it. And then once they get there, they'll check in with the final referee, and that will be their course. And then at that point, they'll be where they need to be, hopefully in first place if they're lucky.
Yeah, so, the reason why they have that special finish at the Twin Peaks is because they have literally 2 snowy mountains. It's like the only 2 snowy mountains there. As you can see, it zoomed in here on the map. And, it's a special place here for the Tour de Verse. So, it's going to be very, very cool to see the views. And, like, my man Blood said, from checkpoint 1, from checkpoint 2, that's when the real race, the real rough terrain is going to take place, because they have that mountain pass. As you guys can see it, and it's literally all in white. It's going to be a huge mountain, snowy mountain pass, and this could really, really slow down the racers. And in each checkpoint 1 and 2, you're going to see those cutlass reds where are going to act as the referees. That way, in case they explode or in case something happens, they're going to go back to that checkpoint 1 or that checkpoint 2 after they pass it. So this map, the terrain from the beginning to end is definitely going to be challenging for these racers. That's where you need to count on those scout ships. Those scout ships are going to be your eyes in the air, and if they can give you that information, pass down to your teams, pass down to the racers, then it's going to become very, very tough to see racers finish this race. I'm very
Oh, yeah.
excited. The average end time here, Blood, is going to be 90 minutes for this race. Obviously, 128.5 kilometers total, so about 90 minutes. But it could be a little more depending on how the race goes, right? How are people responding a lot because they're dying? Are their vehicles taking too much damage? So there's so much, going on in this race that it could take a little bit longer for any of these teams to get to the finish line. So it's going to be a very interesting one, Blood.
And for our viewers that are looking at the map right now, you might see that it says Map Tour de Verse Etape 1. That we were trying to figure that out ourselves. Come to find out, Etape is actually French for stage. It's pretty much what it boils down to. So if you happen to see when we're doing these things, if you happen to see the Etape, you'll know that Etape is, there you go. You can actually see it up there now. Our tour dates, Etape 1, which is stage 1, which is what we're doing today. That is today. We will next Sunday be doing Etape 2. And then Etape 3 is the finish line, so we can't tell you the actual route because we've not given it to anybody, because this is a very well kept secret. But what I can tell you, Crucian, is it was leaked to me a little tiny bit that Etape 1, as we knew, is the Plains of the Forest. Etape 2 is going to be across the mountains of Microtech, and that is going to be a crazy race. I cannot wait to see them do this because the mountains of Microtech are known for being absolutely treacherous. The third one, Etape 3, which is stage 3, that one is going to be so cool because it is going across the icy lake into New Babbage itself and then racing through the streets of New Babbage, and it's going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait. What about that scoring system, though?
I mean, you have the stages in the trailer, so you kind of know a little bit of what you're going to be getting a taste of. So, I mean, seeing that end toward that trailer, you're going to see that New Babbage view, and you're going to see them going through that icy lake, and it looks absolutely incredible. I've never seen a race through that icy lake, but I would always go and test a cyclone in that icy lake and have a good time because of, you can drift really bad in that lake. So I'm hoping to get some very, very good races on stage 3, going towards New Babbage. And then you have our scoring system. The scoring system is going to be very, very simple here, ladies and gentlemen. First place, 6 points, all the way down to 1 point onto 6th place here. So, I mean, if one team gets 2 first place finishes, that could really put them on that podium for first place off the rip there. So, I mean, it could be very, very good for them to be able to, for a team to come out on top in top 3 and, in these next few races. So there's only 3 stages, so they got to make the best out of it there, Blood.
Yeah, it's not like the Stanton 7. The Stanton 7 is 16 teams with 7 different races over the entire Stanton system. And even if you lose the first 2 or 3, you can make it up in the other ones and really get ahead. On this one here, if you have a bad showing in the first one, there may not be a chance for you to make it up. Depending on how you do in the second and the third, you really got to be able to bring forward your best foot and make sure that you are focused on just staying ahead of everybody, not blowing up. Because if you blow up, or if you wreck your vehicle, or if you knock off a wheel, you're going to lose precious time. You're going to lose time for that scout ship to come down, unload the new vehicle, get in the vehicle again, and then take off. And by that time, your competitor could already be past you 20 kilometers to the right or the left, and you won't even know it. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, what I really enjoy about the Tour de Verse, though, that it hasn't been done by other events, is that they really concentrate on one area, right? This Tour de Verse is only on Microtech. Next Tour de Verse, maybe we're on the roads of ArcCorp. Who the heck knows where we're going to be next? But it concentrates on these planets and showing off these planets in one, in 1 to 3 stages, and maybe who knows next year where the planning is going to be. I know they're trying to do Tour de Verse on a yearly basis, and like I said, it's a very short version of it's like a mixture, a little bit of like the Stanton 7 and a little bit of a mixture of like the Daymar Rally. You just have respawns. It's not a full racing league. It's not 7 races. It's only 3, so it's definitely a lot shorter. But the races are a bit lengthy. We got 90 minutes, 80 minutes, 100 minutes races for the different stages. So but definitely a great structure here for all the races. But talking a little bit about the Stanton 7 here, Blood. It's been a great series so far. It's been a great racing league so far. I've had the pleasure of casting it along with Meyer, and you obviously are behind the scenes getting some incredible footage there from the Stanton 7. But guys, we have we wanted to show you guys a little bit more about the Stanton 7, so we got a special video here that we're gonna play for you right now.
And Clio, where one wrong move means plummeting into a lunar sea. Racers will pick up individual wins across the races, but only the team with the highest overall standings can claim the title of Stanton 7's champion. Sign-ups begin soon. Get your crew together and join us for the Stanton 7. You won't want to miss it.
And you know, Crucian, the really
Yeah.
cool thing about this community, the Star Citizen community is, and I really want to make this point. You see Crucian and I here. We are casting live today for SACE. You've seen Crucian and myself, actually, I have casted before for Atmo. You see Crucian and I casting for Atmo. The Star Citizen community, nobody's against each other. None of us are competing for viewers or competing for who does it better. We are all in it together, and the community comes together for all these races, which is why, the people that are in today's race are in the Atmo Esports races and events that we do. Crucian and I are helping out Atmo Esports. Here we are helping out SACE. The guys from SACE, they're helping out Atmo Esports. Everybody in the community just kind of works together to bring these amazing events to you guys so that everybody can enjoy this game that we're all so excited for and just anticipating.
Yeah, so anyways, we had a little bit of a short version there, a little bit of a misclick there, but it's all good. You guys got the short end of the Stanton 7 video. I think it's a great video, definitely. I think Hasgahai, you guys, your arts and craft team absolutely killed it with these trailers, so great job. But guys, let's get back to the Tourverse. We got our teams that we're going to be going over right now, and I think these teams are going to be incredible. And first team, I'm going to go ahead and start this off right here, is going to be Team Nova. Nova Intergalactic, obviously one of the biggest orgs out there. They have a huge Discord, a lot of people there, man. Over 4,900 members, and we got, their drivers, which is Surf, Dragon Rabbit, which is going to be their co-driver, and then we got Palantine and Malachi, who's going to be their scouts for today's event, Nova Intergalactic, which also hosts another event called the 100 Bullet League. And I'll let you talk about that a little bit, Blood Eagle, since, you are a little bit more familiar with that other event that Nova Intergalactic hosts as well.
It's kind of funny that you mentioned the 100 Bullet League, and actually, it's kind of funny. I was mentioned a little bit ago about the fact that we all kind of work together. I actually am the host of the 100 Bullet League for Nova Intergalactic, and so the way it works is the Nova Intergalactic 100 Bullet League is a 2 versus 2 PvP event that is set in Star Citizen. There are 6 teams that are duking it out over 8 match days or 8 months that are going through all the way through December 2951. With varying locations and a challenge level that keeps increasing for each match. The teams are awarded 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and they do not get any points at all for a loss. In order for the team to win a match, they must win by a gap of at least 2 points. No matter what happens, there will only ever be 6 plays before that winner is chosen. The 100 Bullet League we've already done, we did a precursor to the event a few months ago, and it was really, really good. We had a lot of fun with it. We actually did the very first one about 2 weeks ago, and I have to say it was a lot of fun because the way that we had it set up is I had all 4 cameras because every one of the people in the actual event are forced to stream their view, and I was actually in the middle between the Team Red and the Team Blue, and being able, the viewers could see all 4 of the competitors at the exact same time, be able to see it from both angles at once. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to doing the next one. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, these the whole FPS stuff, we don't see a lot of FPS stuff, right? When Star Marine first came out, it was a hot ticket item. Everybody was playing it, and now it just kind of died down. Right now, everybody's super high for Theaters of War. So that's because, they get to have, I wish I could say air, land, and sea, but maybe in the future we'll get some air, land, and sea. But right now, we're getting air, land, and space, pretty much. So
right.
Definitely looking forward to whenever, CIG wants to, give us some love there and throw out the Theaters of War. But I think 100 Bullet League sounds fantastic. You know, and Nova did participate, you know, in the Daymar Rally. They did pretty well. Also, the Hearst and Hurtlocker. So they are, you know, they have that experience for racing. They have that experience for, you know, things like the Hearst and Hurtlocker, which is a battle royale inside Magna. You know, they're not a stranger to these events. So best of luck to them here on the Tour de Verse. Excited to see them compete, Nova Intergalactic. And then we're going to jump here to our next team. Take it away, Blood.
So for our next team, we're going to introduce Oro, which is Orange Rose Corp. They are a Dutch-speaking organization. They're not as big as Nova. They've only got about 91 members, and it aims at the Dutch-speaking members from around the world. So they're trying to gather all the Dutch-speaking people from all over the world, bring them together, and get them into this org together. They have about 3 divisions, which cover almost everything the SC has to offer, but they're lawful. So they do not participate in that gray side of the Star Citizen. They want to create a platform for the Dutch citizens. They also play other games, though, and they're a very tight-knit group. They discuss real-life stuff to help each other. They also do real-life stuff like barbecues, which is very cool for a lot of organizations. You know,
that's awesome.
You can, kind of come together. I really do love that. Yeah, right. I'll come for a good barbecue. As an American, I'm always up to try out barbecue from other parts of the world.
Invite me.
They do plan their own. They do plan their own bar citizens, and their very first one was in 2016. It was the first Dutch bar citizen in Europe. They want to do a teaser for the upcoming bar citizen they're going to be doing in Belgium and one in the Netherlands. And their whole big thing is they aim at friendship and fun regardless of the game. They've never actually participated in a race before. This is their very first one, which is very cool.
Wow, let me jump on here, by the way. And if you didn't know, like in Spanish, oro means gold, which I think it's really cool because in Dutch it could mean something else. But to be honest, cool. Man, the friendship and the discussion of this, of this org sounds like gold because everybody looks like, they want to create that place that's not only in game, but outside of game and create those, create that relationship right there, Blood. And one thing about MMOs, and I've learned this playing other MMOs, right? Getting to know people and being with people over, I've made friendships that I still talk to people in real life. We don't play games anymore, but we always call each other maybe once a quarter, maybe once every 4 months, but still having those friendships there that I can always say, hey, what's up, man? How you been? That is something that's precious, It seems like everybody from Oro is from the Netherlands. Obviously, they're Dutch. So, everybody comes together. They have, a great amount of people, racing today. And we got Swift Omnium, who's not only the driver, but also the captain of Team Oro. And then we got Roscoe, which is going to be their co-driver. We got Kat Navadio. Hopefully I said that right. If not, shoot me in the face. It's all good. We got Scouts, and then Swix is going to be another Scout. So best of luck to Team Oro, who I think is going to do fantastic. It's something that we missed a little bit here, Blood. Team Nova, they have people from, from different places, which I love. Again, more diversity in the Star Citizen world. They got people from Germany, Belgium, U.S., Hungary, and Switzerland. And then they're going to be using the, most teams are going to be using the Carrack as their scout vehicles. But
absolutely.
Incredible, number of teams so far. We still got 4 more teams to cover. I'll let you go ahead and take the next one away as well here, Blood. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. And, just speaking a little bit about what you were saying about the organizations, I've actually led my own organization for 25 years, and we are worldwide. And wow. I have made some of the most intimate, long-lasting friendships of my entire life from around the world using nothing but a screen and a microphone and a video game in common. These are people I'd take a bullet for, or that always have a spot on my couch if they're ever happen to be in the neighborhood. And it is amazing how MMOs and our love of gaming together can bring these people from all walks of the earth together. No religion, no sex or creed or racism or anything, just game. Just game, and love for one another, and you do gotta love it. Our next team that we're gonna be focusing on is Rogue Star. Rogue Star is a lawful org as well, and you got yeah. I know there's a big debate going on right now in the Star Citizen community about PvP versus not PvP.
Oh man!
But Rogue Star happens to also be a lawful org. They've got a lot of disciplines. They've got 45 members currently, and they're organizing challenges for within their org. Dragonfly BE is the head of the racing division. They participated in the Hurston Hurt Locker, which I happen to be wearing a shirt for right here, and the Daymar Rally as well. They've been active with other organizations, and they do stuff together, and they're big about doing stuff with other organizations, which is really cool. They had a military guy join to do an in-game FPS training, which I think is really neat. You know, to actually have somebody who has real-world experience come in and teach your org how to play an FPS game the right way. That's very cool. And they also love collaborating with other orgs, which is really cool.
Yeah, one thing special about Roguestar, right, is that they were my first org that ever invited me to do an op, and that was my first time ever doing an op. I mean, I was only the VIP. I wasn't the person flying the jets and trying, but I was a VIP, so all I had to do was stand there and look pretty. But just the organization of that op that we did, that I did together with them, was actually really, really fun. I really enjoyed to see, you know, people trying to come after me and trying to kill me, you know, in game, because I'm the VIP and they need to get rid of me. It was definitely one of the most funnest things there, you know, doing that with Roguestar. So shout out to you guys, man, for always, you know, just, you know, continuing to do ops like that in game, no matter how the state of the game is. That definitely was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for that experience.
Yeah, no, I love working with, as you know, I love working with other organizations. I'm always, and in fact, I'll tell you guys this now on stream. If you ever need a guy to do any broadcasting for you, let me know. If you ever need a guy to come in and help you out with something, I'm always there. If you want to move your organization over to Guilded, just hit me up. I'm always open to help out anybody in the Star Citizen universe that is on a path to try to make a better everything for everybody. That's I love working with organizations, and I know, Crucian, you're the same way. You know, you go out of your way to help out other organizations that are trying to do events like this, and, you know, give your expertise to help them make something that's amazing, which is great. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but don't invite me because my time is super limited. I'm sorry to say, man.
He's actually working.
Man, right now, working 60 hours a week, trying to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, trying to save those lives, man, trying to fight the battle against cancer, on top of, doing every single event for Atmo, man. It just gets so busy. So, you know, I was really, really happy that SACE did, you know, they were like, hey, you know, we're trying to do this around the Atmo event, so that way we're not clashing, you know, giving me space in order for me to do this and do the Tourverse and bring some excitement and some hype, right, to this race, because I love racing in the Star Citizen world, whether it's, ships, whether it's PvP. I don't care what it is, man. If it's Star Citizen, I'm going to be there and I'm going to have a good time with it. So to go over
no doubt.
Yeah, so to go over Roguestar's team here, we got Dragonfly, which I'm pretty familiar with Dragonfly. He's going to be their driver and captain. Commander Woody, another person that's familiar, name is familiar as well. He's also their co-driver and his co-captain as well. And then we got Stoof, hopefully I said that right. He's going to be a scout. And then Leo Xander is going to be the other scout. And again, most of them from Belgium, and then Leo Xander's from Netherlands. And I think Roguestar, best of luck to you guys. I think you guys are going to do great. You guys have that racing experience as well as Nova, so just go out there, have a great time.
And I love seeing some of these same names pop up that we're used to seeing in the different Atmo esports events. We've got some of the same drivers coming back. We've got some of the same teams coming back, and you can tell that these people love Star Citizen, and you could tell that they absolutely love racing, which is great, because the more exposure that we bring to this, the better chances of CIG taking it seriously and knowing that it may be a sci-fi game, it may be all about spaceships, but darn it, there are a whole bunch of us that love ground racing, so give us the tools we need, make it happen, get our vehicles going, which they already have. I mean, the last few patches, the vehicles have gotten better and better. The Cyclones now flip back over on their own, which is something we had not had before a few months ago. Now they're more substantial. They don't take damage as easy. So that CIG is listening to the racing community. That they really are going out of their way to attempt to make the game in a state that we can enjoy it. And you got to love them for that. You really do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say, to give us the tools, because they're kind of already doing that, Blood. So I'm going to have to kind of, shut down about 10% of what you said, because, I think that, they have a full vehicle experience team. They did an AMA on Spectrum, and, they are doing a great job trying to listen to what we need and what's going on, right? I think the vehicles right now, just the ground vehicles are in a great spot, right? So I'm hoping that they take that same showing and apply it to Gravlev, because right now Gravlev, I'm gonna say it straight up, it's ass. So we need to fix some Gravlev, man, because I love the Nox, I love the Dragonfly with all my heart. We got the X1 vehicles that are probably gonna be coming out soon, Blood, and I feel like, hey,
I'm still waiting for mine.
I'm hoping that, with the experienced, team that we have there, they also can hopefully fix Gravlev, because right now Gravlev is in a tough spot overall, and I'm hoping that that experience in itself gets better, as the game goes on. Hopefully in the next 2 patches, maybe Gravlev gets improved.
Or I'll give you a secret. Just give us the Rangers and put the Gravlevs on the back burner for a year. We don't mind. Just give us the Rangers and we'll be fine.
I like Gravlev, man. What's the point of having the Dragonfly?
I want my motorcycle.
I'll take it too, man. I would love you want to know what I would like? I would love the Ranger and the Gravlev vehicles to be around the same speed, because that way, to have either ground, or an X1, or that would be super, super cool.
That would be cool, man, to be able to you could actually see the racers racing neck and neck, some on the ground having to deal with the problems of that, some on the Gravlev having to deal with the more drifty nature of the machine. That would be really cool. I would love that.
Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna jump on here to our next team, which is Team Vora, and we are very familiar with Team Vora. Team Vora stands for Vaultic Rain. You guys are in the Standard 7, and you guys have already been racing. Team Vora here from the Tourverse. Very, very small org, 68 members. They try to do, anything in Star Citizen in a legal manner. So, they're not trying to, break rules and stuff. They're always, trying to, do good things, no piracy, right? So their main focus for Vaultic Rain right now is going to be racing, okay? Again, all from Germany, Switzerland, and Australia. Austria, sorry. I don't know why I said Australia, but it looks the same to me. So
too much crunchy.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. But anyways, very familiar with Vaultic Rain. Let's go over their teams, and I'll let you go ahead and go over that, Blood.
Yeah, so as far as Vora goes, we have got Con Solo, who is actually the captain as well as the driver. We've got Konar, who is also the co-driver. We've got Graupunkt, who actually was in one of the Stanton 7 races yesterday, who is our scout pilot. And we've got Ragdon456, who has also been in many esports events with Atmo Esports, who's also our other scout in Vora. And they today, as many of them, in fact, I believe all of them, will be running a Carrack, because why wouldn't you have that med bed with you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that'll be the easiest way for you to use that scout vehicle and be able to respawn outside of that checkpoint, 1 or 2. So, but hey, Team Vora, they have that, that background in racing. They have been in the Daymar Rally, which apparently, when they got together to make a team for the Daymar Rally is how they founded their organization, which I thought it was pretty cool, right? We've been doing the Daymar Rally for, the past 3 years. So for teams to come together and start making orgs, because, Star Citizen Racing is so prominent, right? It's not only SACE, it's not only Atmo Esports doing events. We have other people also doing, smaller community events in racing, because it's just getting more and more popular. As the game gets pushed forward, ladies and gentlemen, as the game gets further into development and we have refueling, we have, repairing the wheels of the Cyclone, things are only going to get, races are going to get more diverse. It's going to have that more fidelity, because now you have to refuel and put a Starfarer somewhere. Things are going to get more interesting in these races, Blood. I'm so excited to see what that's going to bring to the the Star Citizen racing world.
I think it's going to be really neat, because I believe that once we start getting salvage and repair, the reason why I say salvage and repair is because you can't repair something if you haven't first, salvaged to get the materials that you need. But once we get the repairing part in, I do believe that it's going to sort of slow down the races a little bit whenever we do get to the part, the part where vehicles start taking damage. Because what it's going to do is you're going to have to actually bring your pit team in, and your pit team is going to have to hop out, find out where the problems are on the vehicle, repair them, get them all back together so that your driver can take off, hopefully without having to bring out another vehicle. Or depending upon what race you're doing, you may not even be allowed to, depending on how the rules work out. Because obviously, we're all working forward, trying to get ourselves to the point where we don't have to rely on respawns and other vehicles, and we can just do a race with one vehicle, one scout ship, and a pit team, and that'll be really cool to see.
Yep, and and that sounds like it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for us to get to that point here sooner or later, because that's what's going to get me even more excited, man. To see people having to stop to refuel is going to make me super, super happy. So because now vehicles, not only do they have to worry about damage, blood, they have to worry about their fuel levels, they have to worry about so much more things, oxygen, they have to worry about everything in the game, and that's what is going to make this game very lively, very very Fidelia-ish. I don't know. I'm just saying words out of nowhere, but it's going to make it super real, and they have a lot to worry about. And that's what's going to make Star Citizen Racing very, very special. I'm going to honestly, I can compare it to some, racing sim pits or racing sim games that are out there, because it's going to be just as real. You're just doing it in space in other planets. So, don't be surprised if you start seeing Star Citizen Racing, where people are building sim pits just to race and things like this. It's going to be super incredible to see things like that happen.
We've got a little message from the producers, Crucian. They would like all of our racers, if you guys can hear us, to please line up underneath camera 1. That's where we need you guys to line up so we can get this race underway. We've got a lot of viewers that are just anticipating it, getting ready, so we need you guys to help us get lined up here so we can get this thing underway. Yeah, it's great, Crucian. It really is. The way that the game is moving forward and has been moving forward, I know that CIG in the past has collaborated with Saytech on a HOTAS that ended up not happening, and they collaborated on a webcam that as of yet has not happened. But I can definitely see, like you said, a race is a race is a race. It doesn't matter if the gravity is 2/3 of what Earth is. It doesn't matter if it's on a frozen moon or even a frozen lake. People who love to race, they're going to treat it as if it's the real thing, and building these specialized. I mean, we've seen some crazy sim pits for Star Citizen, and this is a game that isn't even out yet. Imagine what it's going to be like when the racing really gets into a position where it gets in like a beta state where we're getting close and we're just getting bugs fixed up. I imagine some of the things that people are going to be doing are going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, let's jump right into the next team, because I know the race is possibly going to be starting soon, so we got to get through these next 2 teams here pretty soon. But we have the next team, WTTC, ladies and gentlemen, what it stands for, World Traveling Trading Circus. Now, I'm over here like, World Traveling Trading Circus. I mean, it must be a trading org, but, I'm digging the name, but I was just like, it's circus, man. I mean, hopefully they catch the Sasquatches and stuff out there. But anyways, very interesting, though. But WTTC, definitely an European and American org. I love the diversity there as well. Founded by a Norwegian guy. They're very, very small org. They love having that family feel, right? So they have a lot of people from America, from the UK, from Canada. So definitely, I love orgs that diverse, but I also love orgs like, we just called them out earlier, like Team Oro, that have that niche.
Yeah.
And they want to keep that family, where they can, support each other, not only in game, but also in real life, which is absolutely incredible. So, but anyways, WTTC, World Traveling Trade Circus, they're calling themselves that because they're a floating traveling spaceborne group, and they're just aiming to travel, and hopefully, get that exploration going and all that good stuff. So, and then their main ship, they want to have that Banu Merchantman that everybody's been waiting for, especially you, Blood. You've been waiting for that.
8 years.
Yep, you've been waiting for that Banu Merchantman, so, they're also waiting for that so they can, really, really bring out what, their org name means there. So, anyways, we got our driver, which is going to be McRae. Razor Dance is going to be their co-driver. Kitsune Scout, and then Firestar is going to be their other scout. And obviously, like we said earlier, scout ships are going to be the Carracks here today. And again, we got most of their drivers from Germany and from Canada, and then their scouts are going to be from the UK. But incredible org here so far. Best of luck to you guys in today's Tour de Verse Stage 1. And let's get into that other team here right now, Blood.
So our last team for the race that will be racing today for that top spot is UEMC. Team UEMC, or United Earth Mining Corporation, are all about anything that deals with mining, and I do mean anything. A lot of the team have a passion to help new people in the game, which I love to see. Anytime I love to see any org that goes out of their way to to support new people, because without new people we don't get that new money. Without the new money, we could flounder as far as development goes. Not really. I don't think at this point they could possibly fail. But I still love seeing anybody that does, it does help out new people. And they are also lawful good. Love it. See more lawful good folk. And their quote is actually, "We mine and we know things." And that's their motto. For them, our stage one driver is going to be Tessa D, who I've actually seen her tweet on Twitter before. So glad to see her driving today. And Johnny Morgan is also going to be our co-driver. Tio is going to be our scout pilot, and Chili will be our other scout pilot for UEMC. They hail from United States, Canada, and more United States. They've even got a Norwegian in there, as everybody does, right? Everybody's got one Norwegian.
I think if you're not an org, if you don't have somebody from Norway.
yeah, you can't not have a Norwegian person.
Anyways, hey, let's talk a little bit about UEMC a little bit, right? Because I see a familiar name there that also helps in this org. I don't think he's going to be participating today, but we got our boy STEM Citizen. Obviously, everybody should know STEM Citizen here from the Yacht Club. So if you guys don't know what the Yacht Club is, we're going to go into that just a little bit here. But the Yacht Club, obviously, you guys have seen these guys. Obviously, we're in COVID. Hopefully, everybody's staying safe out there. But they're doing a weekly virtual Bar Citizen. It takes place on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. EST. Late as hell for me. But I'm just saying, but it's super late, but it's all good, man. But, they've started this back in February, doing this show, and it's gotten pretty popular, man. These guys are big fans of the 890 Jump. Obviously, that is their main ship, and that's why they call themselves a Yacht Club. Literally anybody. You pretty much have to own an 890 Jump if you want to join, the Yacht Club. Just saying, man.
Yeah.
You have to, because that's the whole point of the name. But they have a very, very great, community on Discord. They're always shouting out their community members, just like, most orgs try to do, because we're, I feel like the Star Citizen community at this point is one team, one fight. Obviously, you got other people that are doing their own things, but this community comes together better than anybody else. Like, you probably, Blood, I'm just saying, right? You have a lot of people that love PvP, right? And all these people just PvP and fight each other. They find people and they take advantage of them and then they blow them up. It's funny because, we have that. And then the second you see somebody that killed you, at CitizenCon, hey, how you doing? Let me buy you a beer. That's how it is, right? So, it doesn't matter what it is. We could always argue with each other, but the second we see each other in real life and you're at a CitizenCon and you guys are just having a good time, it's all about just the community at that point. Everybody's like, don't care. I'm here to have a good time. I don't care if you blew me up. Let's, have a good time. So, guys, Yacht Club, check them out. They're really, 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 really cool people. You got Joran, who pretty much started this whole Bar Citizen stuff so long ago. So I think they do a great job in kind of, revealing the community to the people out there in Star Citizen. And they got some great folks out there. Is there anything?
So are you saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you saying that Star Citizen is instant family? Just add beer.
Pretty much. That's all I can say, man.
Instant family.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like no matter what, man, you have griefers, you got people that try to get attention. Look, man, it is what it is. You want attention. Look, we get it. But at the end of the day, if you're that person that socializes with the community, if you're out there with the community, if you're out there going to, these Citizen Cons, man, you always know that the second we're all together in a group, it's all about talking about your favorite ships. It's all about talking your org. It's all about, you just trying to have the best time, trying to talk about, what you just saw in the main presentation. Like, it never becomes about, oh, you killed me, 2 years ago, when I was on Yella. It's never like that. It's literally the whole thing is like, yo, you killed me. We're here together, man. Let's enjoy this together. And that's what it's all about.
It is amazing. So I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Have you ever gone out of the house to go get groceries or just buy something and had on a Star Citizen shirt and had somebody come up to you, oh, hey, man, I play Star Citizen too? That's actually happened to me before, which is really cool.
Not really. And here's why. And I hate to say this, right? I'm not going to lie to anybody. I hate to say this, but I feel, and this is just me, all right, anybody can feel different. I barely have any Star Citizen merch because I don't feel like it's at the level where I feel like I need to purchase that. And that's not a shot at anybody. They have, you know, the plushies. I bought the pins. I bought the ornaments, right? Those things did really, really well. But from the history of, you know, I got the RSI shirt that had the Polaris in there, and literally, you know, I washed it a few times, and instead of like it getting smaller, it stretched out sideways, so it feels like I'm in an umbrella. How does something
man, you should send that to me. My
Well,
problem is all of their shirts only go up to 3X, and I'm a big guy, man. How
Hey,
come nobody
that-
makes clothes for fat people? What's up with
Hey,
that?
man. all I'm saying is that, you know, I feel like when they get a little bit better with their merch, and I'm able to say,
Yeah.
look, man, this quality is incredible. This looks, you know, like something that catches my eye. Then I'll go ahead and start getting that stuff and wearing it outside of, you know, outside at home. But I never leave home anyways. But that's one of the reasons why I've never like took a Star Citizen shirt or met anybody out there that plays the game, because I don't have any of that stuff. Like most of the stuff I have is all from, you know, Atmo Esports,
Atmo,
7,
yeah.
Hurst and Hurt Locker.
Absolutely.
So if people see that, and possibly then they, you know, they get that reaction then. But, you know, like I just feel like, you know, the merchandise, the clothing, just in general, it's a little bit you know, lackluster, and I wish we could get some better stuff, you know, for the community. But I'm not saying they're doing a bad job. I'm just saying I know they're gonna get there sooner or later. It's just a matter of time.
I wear a Star Citizen hat because, as you know, I love hats. And I have the one black and gray shirt, the one that goes across, you know, kind of cuts across. And those are only the two pieces I wear. They came out with the concierge, the chairman's club hat. And I looked at that, and it looked like a 1970s trucker's hat. And I'm like, I'm not buying that. There's no way. And I love hats. I'll buy any hat you give me. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting that. But yeah, I do wear my Star Citizen stuff out every once in a while, and have been called out once or twice, which is kind of cool. You know, I love seeing that happen. But you know, ever since I started buying the Atmo merchandise from MetaThreads, that's kind of like all I ever wear out of the house now is my Atmo stuff, because these shirts are stupidly comfortable. I mean, just like stupid comfortable. They really are.
Hey man,
But-
you know, and you know, that's always you know, appreciated there. But we do. I want to give a big shout out here, guys. By the way, we're getting ready for the race, guys. They're getting set up. Obviously, we're just in a new patch right now, 3.13. So just understand, we are going to get some, you know, bit of issues here and there. But guys, don't worry. We're going to get our race started soon. Obviously, everybody's excited to see the race today, including myself. All right, I'm excited to see, you know, the whole
we
new
haven't
vehicle
done this either.
experience come to life. So I'm super excited. But I want to give a shout out here to our security team. Obviously, we know them well. We know they are also part of some of the Atmo Esports event. We need to give a shout out to Walkers of Sigma, and they got a pretty badass video that we got one of our own Enigmatic that edited it. So, you know, let's take a look at the Walkers of Sigma video.
That was
And-
a really fast video.
Yeah, that's fine. We are back here. And you know, let's kind of, you know, go a little bit off topic here, Blood. You know, I know you've been, you know, doing some stuff here, helping out Gilded here and there, and let's talk about a little bit about what you've been doing a little bit in Gilded, and maybe, you know, something that that you've been working on as well, if you want to let the community know out there.
So, Gilded is a voice and text chat platform, very much like Discord. And everybody at this point, if you don't know what Discord is at this point, I think you might have been living underneath a rock, honestly, because Discord's been around for about 8 years now. They are the 800-pound gorilla in the room. But Discord lately has been focusing less on gamers and moving towards more of a teaching and business and concerts and just general world stuff, and that's kind of become their focus. And there's nothing wrong with that. Discord is an amazing app. It does good stuff. It does what it does very, very well. However, another group of people came along and they said, you know what, we want to create something that is made for gamers, and that's it. That's it's designed for gaming and gamers. So Gilded was born, and Gilded is a voice and chat app that has what Discord has and then adds some stuff to it. So the Gilded app also adds forums, and they add media storage and document storage. You can do streaming on it just like you can on Discord. It also adds calendars, and then that's a big one for me. I love the calendars part
Yeah.
of Gilded. And you know, they just have all what I always tell people when people say, so what exactly is Gilded? How does it work? I say if Discord and every feature you ever loved from every website ever had a baby, that's what Gilded is, except for it is pushed towards gamers.
It's a lot of babies, man. That's all I'm saying.
The reason why I'm telling you a little bit about Gilded is because Gilded has partnerships just like Discord does, where it takes people out in the community and makes them a partner with the group. I myself am a partner of Gilded, and I do love being a partner of Gilded. Crucian, you are actually a partner as well. And what they're doing, so this is the season. It's spring, right? Babies are being born, animals are out, the leaves are growing, and this is usually the time of year when lots of organizations start doing charity drives, and everybody's trying to help charities. Crucian, I know that you yourself are doing a charity for St. Jude. St. Jude is an amazing organization, does so much good for so many people, and I know that you give your time every single year, I believe for the last 6 years, to help out St. Jude and raise money for them, as are a whole lot of people all over the world. God love them, every one of them. Gilded decided this year that they wanted, because everybody's raising so much money for St. Jude, Gilded wanted to try to raise money for a different organization. So Gilded decided to hook up with Able Gamers. Now, if you do not know who Able Gamers is, Able Gamers utilize fun to bring inclusion and improved quality of life for people with disabilities through the power of video games. With a combination of technologies such as mouth controllers, eye gaze, and special customized controllers, they find a way for people to play video games no matter what their disability is. When their accessibility experts give assessments to determine the right set of equipment for each individual, they're using the latest leading edge technology to bridge the gap between ability and desire. And that's what Able Gamers do. They go out of their way to make sure that no matter what disability you may come across, whether it is man-made, self-made, or you were born with it, they want to make sure, and we've talked about this a couple times today, they want to make sure that we have the ability, no matter who you are, to play video games, because that's something we should all have the chance and the choice to do, and that's what Able Gamers does. So Gilded has actually teamed up with Able Gamers from about a week ago all the way through May 16th to raise money for the organization. I've been doing some streams myself on my own channel to raise money for them, like you've been doing for St. Jude, and our goal is to try to raise $10,000 by May 16th. The reason I say May 16th is because even though all the Gilded partners are out there doing their own streams, raising money for Able Gamers, on May 15th, 6 different partners from Gilded, myself, I'm actually one of them, will be streaming, passing the baton in a relay for 24 hours straight to try to get that last bump and get us to 10 grand. And I'm actually a part of that. And I got to tell you guys, whether or not you give to Able Gamers, whether or not you give to St. Jude, whether or not you have your own charitable organization that you give to, and I've said this a couple times in the last couple weeks, there's over 7 billion people on the planet. If every single person gave $1 to Able Gamers, they would have $7 billion to be able to help people out. If every single person gave a single dollar bill to St. Jude, they would have $7 billion to help out with cancer research. I mean, come on. It's not that big of a deal to be able to give up a Starbucks coffee for a day or a Happy Meal at McDonald's and give a little bit of your time and effort and, help people out. If you guys get a chance, try to help out Able Gamers, this one is being done through Tiltify or St. Jude, which you can actually go to my stream if you'd like and be able to donate to Able Gamers through Team Gilded. You can go to Crucian's stream if you'd like and donate through him to St. Jude and help out and give a little bit of your time and money. Really, it's for a good cause. It honestly
all right,
is.
man. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much for that, Blood, man. That's incredible. And you just gotta keep pushing, right? Even if you didn't hit, whatever mark that you and the team are trying to do, just know that you're doing something to change somebody's life, and that's the most important thing. So whether you raise 2,000, 10,000, it doesn't matter. You're changing somebody's life. and that is for the better. So anyways, let's go a little bit of a recap here, because we're having a little bit of delay. It's all good though. I believe the racers need to go to the current checkpoint and talk to the referee right now, I believe. So racers, if you guys are listening to us right now, make sure you guys go check in with the referee right now. But guys, we went over the rule structure, we went over the map, we went over the competition rules, we went over what Tour de Verse is. We went over how Tour de Verse is like other events that we've been doing here in Star Citizen. We went over the 6 teams. Once again, we got Nova, we got Oro, we got Roguestar, we got Vora, we got WTTC and UEMC, guys. 6-team invitational here in the Tour de Verse that are going to be going at it here pretty soon in the first stage of Tour de Verse in Microtech. But we have a nice video for you guys, so we can cover a little bit more of that information in a video format, so you guys can get a little bit more understanding about what Tour de Verse is. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that video right now.
Hi, welcome. In this video, we will provide you with information about the Tour de Verse 2951. This year's Tour de Verse will cover the planet of Microtech and has 3 stages. We'll start on April 25th with a stage covering the plains of Microtech. This is the least hazardous stage with relatively temperate weather. However, drivers should watch out for trees and branches. The second stage is on May 2nd, where the teams will conquer the Great Mountains of Microtech. This route is not about moving fast, but about pathfinding and avoiding snowstorms. In the third and final stage, on May 9th, the teams will cross the frozen lakes and rush to New Babbage. After arrival at Microtech's capital, they'll have to continue on foot and find me here at Wally's Bar. Feel free to stick around, where we'll await the other finishing teams, have some interviews, do a photo shoot, and award the prizes. After each stage, the teams will be awarded tour points. The team that collects the most tour points wins the Tour de Verse. During a stage, the drivers must pass several checkpoints before proceeding to the finish line. These checkpoints are equipped with a medical station where players can get treatment if necessary. The Tour de Verse is open for 6 registered organizations. An organization provides 4 players per stage, 2 drivers and 2 scouts. The drivers mark the team's progression in the race. They may travel by foot or by any of the Tumbril Cyclone variants. The scouts support the drivers. They're the eyes and aid in the tour. They can use their scout ship to explore paths and carry spare vehicles, food, medical supplies for the drivers. There are several rules concerning the use of force and respawning. These rules can be found in the rulebook posted on our website. Teams should note that Microtech has had a terraforming accident, which makes the environment barely livable. Temperatures may drop to -80 degrees centigrade. There are several shops in New Babbage that provide adequate protection. We suggest you visit some of these shops before race time. We're looking forward to seeing you April 25th. There will be an entire camera crew reporting each stage. So don't forget to invite your friends for the live stream. May the best team win.
Take it away. I'm chewing.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, to the inaugural Tourdiverse with myself, Blood Eagle, and the man, Crucian Gaming. We are going to be bringing you guys some live action here as we get going. We just want to make sure that you guys understand that Star Citizen, as amazing as it possibly is a game in an alpha state, which means, unlike so many games out there, it is a game that is literally being built while we are playing it. So while we're playing the game, people are in the background building on it. They're trying to iterate new things and give us new stuff to do all the time. Sometimes when that happens and a new patch comes out, like one that just came out on Thursday, there's always a chance, it usually happens, of little itty bitty new things popping up that we haven't dealt with before. We dealt with it yesterday during the Stanton 7, which we will be talking about here in a second, and we are actually dealing with it today. So bear with us. We will keep you entertained, we promise. Maybe we can get Crucian to do a little dance or something, and we will keep you guys going until we are ready to go up. Oh, it looks like we are getting close to the start of the race. Crucian, do you want to talk a little bit about the Stanton 7?
I mean, we already did a little bit of talking about Stanton 7, but if you guys don't know, it's pretty much a racing league that takes over 7 races around the Stanton universe. If you guys don't know, for those of you guys that probably don't know more about the lore about Stanton 7, if you guys don't, am I muted? No, I'm not.
Nope,
Anyways,
you're good. I can hear you.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know about Stanton 7, right, it's takes locations, varies anywhere. You know, in Star Citizen, you have way more than one universe, right? You have Stanton, you have Nixie, you have Pyro. So because Stanton is our first, you know, planetary system in the Star Citizen universe, that's what we chose, right? 7 different locations in Stanton. It's a racing league where people have to race and gain points, just like an F1 style F1 style structure within the Stanton 7, which is pretty freaking cool. Because for those of you guys, I'm a big fan of F1, so to have something similar to that, you know, in the Star Citizen universe, it always, you know, kind of stands out to me a little bit there. So anyways, if you guys ever want to check it out, we do this every 2 weeks, the Stanton 7 on Saturdays, usually around 1800 UTC. You guys can come out and cheer on your favorite teams. We have teams like, you know, like Baltic Rain that are on there. We have different teams that you know, that race in a lot of different you know, Star Citizen racing events throughout, you know, that other people organize. So a lot of different things there. I kind of got thrown off because I was chewing something in. I'm fumbling words out, but it's all good though. Anyways, so right now, guys, we're getting ready for Tourdiverse. We have a little bit of stall. As you guys can see in the racing line, people are getting ready. So we're going to be getting started here pretty soon. Just give us a little bit of time, you know, as we get things ready. Like Blood Eagle said, this is Star Citizen Alpha, so things take time. But, you know, we didn't get to play the full Stanton 7 video to kind of explain. I guess you guys caught it a little bit halfway. So we're going to replay that for you guys right now and hopefully start that from the beginning. And then we'll try to see if we can get the full Walkers of Sigma video as well. So if you guys want to throw on there the Stanton 7 video, please take it away.
Atmo Esports and the Bad Token Race Club are proud to bring you a championship event like no other. The Stanton 7. This exciting rally circuit pays homage to Earth's classic rally and Formula One traditions, pushing drivers and their teams to their absolute limit across some of the toughest terrains Stanton has to offer. Qualifying teams will push through 7 individual races, located across the system from the isolated moons of Crusader to the bustling city centers of Hurston and Microtech. Each race, pilots will control a featured vehicle, from the rugged Drake Dragonfly to the lightning-fast Tumbril Cyclone, navigate perilous terrain and conditions, as well as one another. Racers will face off on Magda, crashing through mountain passes and dusty valleys. Walla, where jutting cliffs and deep craters force pilots to thread the perfect line. And Clio, where one wrong move means plummeting into a lunar sea. Racers will pick up individual wins across the races, but only the team with the highest overall standings can claim the title of Stanton 7's champion. Sign-ups begin soon. Get your crew together and join us for the Stanton 7. You won't want to miss it.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're about to get started here. The Tour de Verse inaugural season, stage number 1 is about to get underway. And again, 6 incredible teams invited to the Tour de Verse that will be going at it in 3 different stages all over Microtech. And they're going to be trying to see who's going to be crowned the winner of the Tour de Verse. Blood, let's do a little bit of predictions while they get started. Obviously, we got the Reliant Maker who's going to do his shaft, and then they're about to get things going. But how do you feel, how do you feel about this course? Are we going to get like a lot of respawns? Are people going to lose a lot of wheels? What are your predictions about this race today?
This is going to be the very first race I've seen since 3.13's come down. So I don't have a whole lot of data to go on like I would normally. Normally towards the end of a patch, you'd say, yeah, we've seen 100 races and we know kind of how the vehicles. This is actually going to be good because this is going to be the first group that I'm aware of that are going to be doing a hardcore race in these conditions. And I think that we're really about to find out exactly how much work was done to the ground vehicles and exactly how how much punishment they can take, because there are, not only is there snow, not only is it nighttime and you got to use your lights, but you've also got to worry about all the rocks in the ground, whether or not they're snow covered, you can see them or not. You've got the trees. So there may be a lot of bumps and bruises as these racers get moving. And we may see, we will see exactly how good these vehicles are going to do.
Yeah, I'm just very excited because, like you said, right, we got 313. We see these vehicles definitely playing a lot better. But you know what, man? Some of these teams this is their first time racing. Some other teams are literally have more experience here. So it's gonna be very, very excited to see. It seems like we have one Cyclone in a Cyclone TR. It seems like they really want to get some guns to some weapons started. Off in the beginning. So let's see how that works out. Again, teams didn't have time to practice, so they don't have a real line to go off of, Blood, because in other events, if you know where you're going, you want to create that line and the pathing and kind of do your research on the map, but not here. Here is all about you're going to go blind. Your scouts have to do their job in telling you exactly where to go, and this is going to be definitely a fun race to watch today, and I'm excited to see what the heck this Cyclone TR is about to do.
And like Crucian said, these racers did not know the map before today. They have never run this course before. The only thing they have in front of them is a checkpoint marker, and that's it. Everything else from then is going to be, and this is truly going to be, all about driver skill, and it's all going to be about your scout ship above you. And that is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to see it.
Sounds good. Hey, that was the Bloodman. That's you're right on that. But we're about to get the start signal here. We're about to give you guys
excited.
The gun point and the start of the race. And again, we have every single view from every single racer. Since this is a 6 racer invitational, we're about to get this started here pretty soon, guys. I'm super excited. And again, thank you guys all for tuning in today for the inaugural Tour de Verse here on Microtech. Let's get this started. Let's, hopefully we're going to get a countdown here. Once the shaft goes off, races are going to start, and then we're going to start, switching those views. And there we go. Blood.
There goes our shaft, and we are off.
It
looks like
off.
Oh, and everybody is. I only see 5. Where's our 6th Cyclone at? Did he decide to sit back there and wait?
Maybe the Cyclone TR decide, you know what, man, we're going to give these guys a little bit of head start because we're so good. But again, guys, we're going to reiterate the teams. We got Nova, we got Oro, we got Roguestar, we got Team Baltic Rain, we got World Traveling Trading Circus, and we got the United Earth Mining Corporation, all going down. 3 stages. All right, who's going to be on top? And who's going to come out here to win stage 1?
I'm going to tell you, Crucian, just because they've never raced before, I've got to root for Oro. I want to see them hit that checkpoint 1 first. I really do, because they've never had it. You know, a lot of these guys have some, have some background in doing this. They know what they're doing. I want to see the underdog, the little guy. I want to see them just break off from the pack and go. That would just be a great upset. Looks like we've got 2 racers that are close to each other.
Yeah, I just want to. It's a bit interesting because we had only one team, in the Cyclone. Every other team in the Cyclone RC. Then we got one team in the TR, right? The Cyclone RC is definitely way faster than the TR. So if you got one team in the TR, I don't think you're going to be able to catch up to gun anybody unless you're really good at aiming. But excited to see this going on. Some great views here from our camera team. Hopefully we can see which camera this is, but we'll figure that out here pretty soon. But scout ships are doing well, pointing, giving that light, incredible view so far here in the Tour de Verse, Blood.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the scout ships up, and they are really good about giving the light, because that Carrack has those, I'm going to call them halogen lights, because I don't know, 930 years from now what exactly they'll be called, but the Carrack's got some of those bright lights that we have on some of the ships in Star Citizen, and in an environment like this where it is all white snow, that light really reflects off the surface and gives that driver a great view. It really gives them the ability to see, and it looks like we're coming up onto the forest now. This is about to get, it looks like they're going to be passing it. I was going to say, if they end up going in the middle of that forest, especially at nighttime, it may get very dangerous very quickly. Oh, they are coming up to the forest. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a definitely good view. And again, they have a straight line, but they have to watch out, because inside of these, these grassy plains, they are going to get some rocks. They are going to be able to hit. A beautiful overview. We got an explosion. Was that the scout ship?
Looked like a camera ship, I believe. We just lost one.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. That's okay, man. I mean, if it would have a scout ship, it would have been a Carrack. It would have been a bigger explosion. But it seems like that. That camera ship definitely enjoyed that tree branch right there. But hopefully they can get back on and giving us some incredible views. But again, guys, we got these racers that are doing really well. Everybody's speeding up. We'll get some placements here pretty soon to see who is closer to checkpoint 1. I know we have a scoreboard. If we can drop that scoreboard up to see where these are, and still they have 156 kilometers away from, I believe this is the whole race, but that's
the entire thing.
Yeah, you guys will get the updates right here above us whenever we call out for that. So that will be updated every so often. I'm pretty sure they're working on that, so that scoreboard can go away now. But man,
looks like currently Team Vora's in the lead.
So you got Team Vora, Savaltic Rain bringing that veteran racing experience out to play today. Hopefully trying to win the inaugural Tour de Verse, feeling good. Man, I'm super excited, but this looks incredible, man. I love the different biomes of Microtech. You got grassy plains. You got these pine cone trees. Man, I wish I could go inside the game and smell this, man, because it would probably smell incredible. I'm not going to lie to you.
As somebody who's run a camera ship, I can tell you trying to dodge those trees while following a racer is not easy at all. I mean, they come up fast and swift, especially if you try to get in front of the racer and are trying to back up. I feel sorry for our camera people trying to dodge those things. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, the views here, he has to be careful, though, because, to me, Blood right now, overhead, it looks super, bright. It doesn't look like it's too dark at night, but I'm pretty sure when you go down and you see the racer's point of view, it is actually super, super dark for them, and they just need to be careful, because if you see that rock, you're going to lose your vehicle, you're going to take that hull damage, man, and it's going to be a significant delay in where you're going. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is that the vehicles have to be in third-person mode. You got the scout vehicles guiding them where to go, and we actually have accounts, or not accounts, but we have a checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2 that they're seeing, and they have to get to those as fast as they can and jump into that colorless red and check in with the referees. So so far, it seems like, Vora in the lead, and we'll get you guys some updates on where the other teams are in the standings.
Yeah, it's very interesting, because what you have to worry about is it is nighttime on Microtech. Microtech gets very, very dark. Microtech also has a higher than Earth normal gravity, so you have to worry about that gravity, especially as you're jumping that card. And then what's going on is you've got to dodge those trees while trying to keep that straight line going. So you've got a whole lot of different hazards that you've got to worry about. And I think we've got the scoreboard that has been updated. So let's see if we get that above Crucian. So it looks like Oro has actually, oh, look at that. Oro's coming to the lead. Nova is behind them by just a little tiny bit, a kilometer. And Nova's bringing that up. UAMC is in third position currently, right behind Nova by and we just switched live as it's happening. Vora has now taken that lead at 148.1 from our finish line. RS is currently bringing up our rear. I'm going to go ahead and say that Rogue Star is probably our TR. That's what I'm going to guess.
Yeah, I mean, right now the race is very, very close, Blood. Until you start seeing people get to that checkpoint 1, you're not going to see, who's dominating the race currently because it's just so early. But, since people are currently joining us, let's take a look at the map one more time where this racer that we're looking at is just smacking into trees like it's fun. But, obviously right here, they're starting us from Asimo 13. They got 43.3 kilometers to race all the way down to checkpoint 1, where they have to shove it into that colorless red, check in, and then head out to checkpoint 2, which you guys can see up there is 36.7 kilometers out, and then finish.
Looks like WTTC just had a little bit of a trouble from what we're hearing, and looks like he is back in Port Tressler. Nope, I forgot about that. The old Star Citizen. The old Star Citizen joke of giving you the wrong place that you're spawning. He popped back in his Carrack, which means now that Carrack can land right where the other rover, right where the other Cyclone blew up, be able to pull out a new one and keep going. So they should be able to get back out on the race in just a few moments.
Yeah, so looking at the map, and let's finish this real quick because they blew up. It's completely understandable. But again, there is respawns. He's back in Port Tressler. That's why you're going to have a co-driver. If the co-driver wasn't in the driver's side or in the passenger side, they should be able to drop down and continue with that second driver until that other driver comes back and be able to come back to their Carrack and be able to be on standby until that second driver is able to go as far as they can and then switch off on that. But like we talked about here, we were talking about checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2 here, Blood. And then obviously they got to finish in the Twin Peak Mountains where they're going to be invited to an 890 jump. That's going to say they have to check into the referee there, and then that will crown them the victor of the Tour de Verse Stage 1. Let's go ahead and get some views here, and let's get rid of the map. I just wanted to show you guys out there that wasn't here in the beginning of the stream, so you guys can see what the track is about and what challenges these racers are going to be able to have.
And Crucian, they named each one of these stages, and this particular stage, stage 1, is actually called Wherever I May Roam, because you're going across those plains and those grasslands and through the forests. The next one that we're going to see here next week is actually called As Cold Wind Blows, because of the fact that we're going to be going over those mountaintops. And then that third stage they've actually named Like a Bullet Train, because once we hit that frozen lake, they're going to be hitting that boost and moving, and I do mean moving across that lake. It looks like currently we are on Team Nova.
Yeah, so right now we're on Team Nova right now, Blood. I'm not sure if you've been, their driving has been very, very they need to concentrate here, because I'm pretty sure they blew up. The team that blew up earlier, WTTC, I'm pretty sure they probably caught a small rock in this high grass. We've seen this before in one of the other races in the Stanton 7, and this terrain itself is just scary overall. So they need to learn to take it slow in these tall grassy plains, because if these rocks catch them off guard, we are going to get an explosion here pretty soon. So,
and it just like a real vehicle, if you hit that vehicle in just the right spot, you hit that stress point and it's over. It only takes one. So you've got to be kind of conservative. Myself, if I were racing, I would probably be a little bit more conservative and careful at night until that daylight starts popping up. And once that daylight starts popping up, man, I would just gun it and just go for it. Because you lose so much time if you end up blowing up that the time it takes for your scout ship to come back down, get another vehicle out, get back in the vehicle, reorient yourself on where you're going and moving again, it can cost you that much needed time and keep you from maintaining that first spot or whatever spot you happen to be in. Because there's a lot of rocks in this forest, there really are.
Yeah, I mean, the tough part here is that you got two different racers, right? Ooh, he's about to smack right into that, and that's going to be some hull damage taken out right there. And like I said, right, vehicles in 313 are taking damage in certain places, but if you keep smacking the front of the RC, man, you are gonna, you are gonna hit that hull damage, because that front part is completely part of that whole hull damage. So right now, we're looking at Team Oro. It seems like they're doing pretty well here. They found a nice area where they can just book it, that are trying to weave through rocks right now, Blood. But man, teams are looking pretty good so far. And like I wanted to say earlier, right, every team has two racers. Both racers should not be in the car together. They should be, the second racer should be on standby in case something happens to the first racer. They can continue with the second racer, because if they lose both racers on one vehicle, then that's going to be
cost them more time. Yeah, no doubt. I would be, if I was the co-driver, I'd be sitting in the seat of the next Cyclone in the bay of the Carrack, ready to go. In fact, I'd probably even tell my scout pilot, you know what? Go ahead and put the ramp down, because the moment he blows up, I want you just to touch the ground and I'm out. I'm going to be gone and taking off, going to the next spot. That way it gives him a chance to respawn and get in the next vehicle, and, we can leapfrog.
Yep. This right now, Team Oro is doing a great job, man. Look at this beautiful dude. Like I'm still like, it doesn't matter how many times I see you racing in Star Citizen, the terrain, the views, the stars, the sun, the moon. Oh man.
Oh, we just lost Vora. Look at that.
Vora just exploded, ladies and gentlemen. We just caught that on camera by the last second. And Team Baltic Rain, unfortunate. Hopefully they can come back down and get that respawn and continue driving to get a good placement here in the Tour de Verse.
And they were in the lead as far as we were aware at that point in time, so they may have just lost that lead in the next few moments due to the fact of that explosion.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that they're not spawning on their Carrack, or they're not spawning. They're all spawning, seems like, in Port Trester, unless that's just probably a mistake here.
I think that's a bug. Yeah, I think it's a bug.
Okay. Yeah, so, at least they're back, in that Carrack. They're able to respawn, hopefully, but by the time they respawn, by the time they try to come back down, Blood, and that's why you want to have that second racer ready. Like, you don't want to waste that time, man. The Carrack is a huge ship. You're gonna have to weave through everything, go through elevators just to get back to the, back to the front. But you know what, man? I think all teams are doing a great job, guys. Keep pushing. All right, you got a 90-minute race time, but all the teams right now we're looking at Oro are doing a fantastic job.
Look at them climbing that hill, man. That is the way to do it. Oro, you got to give them some credit as being the new kids on the block, so to speak. They are really keeping everything moving and trying to be careful about grabbing that line and keeping that line as clean as they possibly can, because when you hit these hills, these cars, even on Microtech that has that heavier gravity, you can hit that hill just right and jump. And once you get that air, your tires are no longer touching the ground. You no longer have that traction. It's coming down wherever it's coming down, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're just going to be along for the ride. And if it just happens to be a nice sharp rock on the downswing, well, you might just be impaling that RC.
What I love about this, though, is that Team Oro, I would love to know if they're all in the same room, because remember, Team Oro, they're all together in the Netherlands, a full Dutch team, right? They've never did a race before. I feel like if they do good in this race, Blood, if they come out to be the winners of Stage 1, possibly the whole Tour de Verse, they're going to get that confidence and start joining other racing events. They're going to be on that high pedestal right now and be like, look, the next event we're going to tackle, we're going to join it together as a team. We're going to come out on top just like we did in the Tour de Verse. So excited to see what Team Oro has in store for the next, for this stage and the next two as well.
With them getting together for barbecues and stuff, there's a very good chance that they could be doing an old-fashioned LAN party, all playing Star Citizen in the same room, yelling at each other, no, go left, no, higher, and trying to keep it together. That's actually kind of cool. I would love to do that. I haven't done a LAN party in many years.
They're like, yo, we're going to barbecue first, and then we're going to get, after we're nice and full, we're going to go ahead and get into this race, and we're going to win it, because why? They got the power of the barbecue, man. That sounds incredible right now. You're making me hungry, man. Chill.
I actually, I think once the race is over, I know what I'm having for lunch.
Oh, man, get some of that barbecue ordered. But, hey, great races so far, man. They're doing great. Let's ask the officials here if we can get an update on the leaderboard. And since we got two teams that exploded, that's definitely going to put them behind. So, as you guys can see right now, we got Team Oro in the lead, 126
by 5 kilometers.
Kilometers already ahead. That's actually, I'm not sure if you know this, Blood. But if you're measuring how much time this race is, 90 minutes, right? The total time of the race is about 156 kilometers. You're getting about 30 seconds per kilometer right now, just roughly 45 seconds or so. So that's still a pretty huge gap that RS
puts
and
them 2.5
is
minutes
in.
ahead then.
Just
That
about
would be,
probably
yeah,
about
that's
2
a
minutes.
2.5
Yeah.
minutes.
So
Yeah.
So, but I mean, with those 2.5 minutes, if Team Oro explodes or don't change vehicles on time, because honestly, man, if your scout ship knows how to, scan my vehicle, hey, you're at 20%, you can blow up anytime soon. Switch that out early. Do
Right.
not wait till the vehicle explodes for you to switch them out. Put the vehicle back in the Carrack. Have the other scout co-pilot repair it if you're able to, and then you guys have a fresh vehicle the next time that the other driver is taking damage. So.
Yeah, and you saw the difference between the first person and the last person. I mean, there's a 20-kilometer difference right now, which can be a make or break difference. It really can. I think right now we're following UEMC, our folks from USA and Canada, and the one guy from Norway, because you have to have one guy from Norway. And so we're getting them going across the plains there. And as you see right now, we're out of the trees. We don't have to worry about the trees at all. But the area's getting, as you just saw, a little bit more rocky. And it looks like they are actually the ones using the TR. Look at that.
Yes. So right now, Blood, I believe they had a slower start. I'm not sure 100% what happened, but it's okay, right? The TR is a little bit slower than the RC. They took a little bit of damage. I think on their part, it was I'm gonna be very critical here, right? Because they chose the TR. We knew how big the Star Citizen, universe is. Unless you have 64, 32 racers, I feel like a TR. You need to be going with a Cyclone RC here and not a TR, because you're just gonna get way behind.
And any citizen can buy a Cyclone RC in Lorville for the low price of 28,000 UEC. It's not that expensive, so everybody should be able to get a hold of one.
So
we got our first one. Yeah, look at that.
First one right now to checkpoint 1 is going to be Team Oro. Congratulations on being the first there. Make sure you guys keep your head in the game right now. As you guys can see, though, since Nova blew up, you got UEMC right behind as well. So this race is getting really going really well. You're going to see Roguestar right behind Oro getting into checkpoint 1. Blood, how do you feel? How's the race going so far?
I'm super happy with Oro. Obviously, we have to be impartial, so I want everybody to win. That can't happen. I know I said that Oro being the underdog. I'm glad to see them, kind of coming out here and doing it. It looks like they're actually switching out vehicles, Team Oro is, and they're going to be leaving that partially used up racer behind and switching out to a new racer to take off, which is actually very smart.
Listening to me. I wonder if they're listening
Looks like,
to me. They're probably watching the stream.
Looks like Roguestar is coming up right now on the checkpoint themselves. So we're about to have, there is Oro bringing out that second vehicle. Hopefully leaving the vehicles there will not be a detriment to the other racers trying to come up. But it looks like Roguestar is going to be, they actually do have both their driver and co-driver in the same vehicle. Look at that.
I mean, if that's going to be their strategy, hopefully they don't explode, because then that's going to cost them probably cost them the lead there. But here we go. Team Oro back on track here, taking the lead as well. They got Roguestar behind them, and actually a very incredible strategy by switching vehicles, because that one already took enough damage. Now let's see what checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2 has in store for Team Oro.
Yeah, see, checkpoint 2 is actually, it's not as far of a trip, but it is over some pretty treacherous area, and they're going to have to, during that 36.7 kilometer run, they're going to have to worry about, about taking those hills and the little bit of jagged edges and making sure. It looks like we've got Roguestar approaching the checkpoint right now and about to switch out. Let's see if they actually switch out another vehicle, just like the other guys did. No, it does. Looks like they're going to get right back in and continue the second leg.
There's no need to switch vehicles, Blood, unless you really took a lot of hull damage. So if Roguestar says, hey, your vehicle is still at 95% durability right now, right? You shouldn't need to switch. Go ahead and take that same vehicle and still pedal to the metal towards checkpoint 2, because your vehicle is good. If you keep wasting vehicles, if you're using these vehicles right now and you're just using them you know, if they didn't take damage, guys, you're just going to run out of vehicles, and that's going to be the end of the race for you, because in a Carrack, you should be able to fit enough, but if you're wasting vehicles like that, it's going to cost you the race. So, I mean, great job, Voltic Rain. If that vehicle didn't take damage, keep pushing forward.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Voltic Rain is now about to check in front of us. We'll see whether or not they decide to stay in the same vehicle or not. You know, as a driver right now, you do not have the ability to see how much damage your vehicle has taken. There's no meter, there's no percentage that ticks down or flashing lights when everything goes wrong. So you really have to determine whether or not, via your scout ship, how much damage you've taken and whether or not it's smart to flip out those vehicles or just keep on going. Obviously, Oro decided, for whatever reason, that they didn't want to chance it. So they went ahead and flipped to a new vehicle. Now we've had two other teams, both Voltic Rain and Roguestar, have come through, and they decided not to switch vehicles. So the only thing I can assume at this point in time is that they feel comfortable with how much health their vehicle still has. They don't think the hull's taking too much damage, and they don't want to waste that time flipping out vehicles, so they're going to just take it and go.
Hey, we got to get the audience involved here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching today, please let me know in the chat who you guys are rooting for. We got 6 teams really putting their lives on the line in this race. It's a 90-minute race. We got Nova hitting checkpoint 2. But, guys, drop in chat which team you guys are rooting for. We got Nova. We got Oro Roguestar. We got Voltic Rain. We got the Trading Circus. We got Team United Earth Mining Corporation. So if you guys are really supporting any of these teams, throw them down in chat and which team you're really rooting for today. But, hey, I hope you guys are enjoying today's race so far. We're doing our best to cover every single corner for you guys. It's been a great race so far, Blood. I'm loving this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if we can bring up the leaderboard, I believe that is our leader right there, Oro, that we're following right now. Oh, no problem. So we are following Oro, and you can see them kind of moving across that plane there, dodging all those rocks. We're still in the nighttime, which, you know, this universe is realistic in the fact that the planets do turn. So if we set a start time for whatever the start time of the race is, we don't get to choose whether or not it's daylight, nighttime, etc. We just have to race when we race. And that's sometimes just that is the straw that you pull. Sometimes that short one. And it looks like doing this at nighttime is exactly what they've gotten to.
Yeah, so they're going to get to a point where they are going to be hitting, you know, if we can take a quick look at the map, they are going to get a point where they're going to get the huge mountain pass between checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. As you guys can see there, right, they're going to get closer. Once they get to that snowy plains, you guys see exactly where that 37.7 kilometer block is on our map right now. They're going to start hitting those, definitely that rough terrain, that mountain pass that is currently there, and is going to make it tough to get to checkpoint 2. So let's go ahead. We're good on the map, so thank you so much. But, man, the race has been great so far. Team Oro really leading the charge. Hopefully nothing happens. I'm not trying to jinx anybody, but I hope they can continue this pace because they're doing a fantastic job in keeping and staying in first so far.
I'm with you. I hope that Team Oro gains enough confidence from doing this race that they decide to start getting out there into the other events that multiple organizations do in the Star Citizen universe, and we start hearing them a little bit more. And it does look at that. Team Oro is ahead by 9 kilometers. So by your estimation, that gives them a
7 minutes,
3,
probably
4.5 minutes.
time?
Yeah.
That's like
that's
7
not
minutes.
bad.
That's a while, yeah. So
that's not bad at all. That's a good place to be. And if you notice, Nova actually was in the very rear due to an earlier problem, and they have moved all the way up into 3rd place already. Of course, Nova, we know, are a very seasoned organization. They do this all the time. They are veterans and professionals at this sort of thing. So seeing them sort of move up the ranks is not something that I didn't expect to happen. And it looks like they've actually passed our 2nd place, which was Roguestar. Roguestar was the very...
Yeah, so right now we have 4 teams, and we're about to have, you know, UEMC get to that checkpoint 1 and possibly already pass checkpoint 1. And then WTTC is a little behind there, but it's okay. Remember, guys, after this first race, you guys are going to get a feel for the terrain. You guys are going to be able to know what to expect on stage 2, even though you don't know the course. You know it's a Microtech, but just feel the terrain out for how Microtech is, so that way you have that experience to bring it on in stage 2. So right now we already got 4, possibly 5 teams already passing checkpoint 1, but Oro taking a significant lead in today's race on Tour de Verse stage 1. incredible. Great job.
You know, I would tell you, my own personal thoughts would be knowing how much, knowing what Microtech is like is a major advantage. Knowing that our second stage, or etape, happens in the mountains, after this race is done, I would take this next week and I would just pretty much take as many RCs as I can get in a vehicle and into a ship, and I would just go hit every mountain in Microtech, all of them. I would go up them and down them, jump them, flip through them, dodge the rocks, so I can get a little bit used to the next stage and be prepared for what is going to happen next Sunday at this time.
Hey man, I'm about to seriously build a dang sim pit just to get on some of these races in the future, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love casting, but this honestly looks, if you're part of the Star Citizen community, you love probably racing in other games, man. This is where you want to be, because this thing is gonna be. I love the terrain. I love everything that's going on right now in the race, and I feel like, man, Blood, I'm gonna have to start creating a team for some other community events, because I mean, this looks incredibly fun right now. And I have to go out there and race my buggy sooner or later.
I'll tell you, Crucian, I can't shoot, but I can drive and fly. So if you ever want me on your team, you let me know. I'll come drive with you in a second.
I get a quick crew going for one of these races one day, but it's super exciting, man. And again, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day and enjoying their race so far, guys. Again, most teams should already pass checkpoint number 1 and hopefully going towards checkpoint number 2. Here comes the mountain pass right now, Blood, that I was talking about. This is going to be their big challenge from checkpoint 1 to 2 right now.
And this is nothing compared to what's going to happen next week when they hit those big mountains. These are babies, little itty bitty babies compared to what happens next week. Did you see how he took that mountain and just went right up and over it and didn't even care. Just hit it and kept on going. And I think we've got an updated leaderboard right now with the checkpoints to show which vehicles. There we go. All those stars, those are who have passed the checkpoint 1 so far. And that means that we've got 2 teams that still haven't made it to checkpoint 1 yet.
Usually when they get around that 120 kilometer, that's when you already know they hit, hey, I already hit checkpoint 1. So hopefully, we can get UEMC and WTTC getting that checkpoint 1. Maybe, they got behind because some of them blew up already. UEMC is using that Cyclone TR that's definitely a lot slower, and they're so behind right now, Blood Eagle, that they're so behind right now that they can't shoot anybody.
Yeah, and that is UEMC right there. Oh, he's shooting something. It's just not another. It's just not another racer.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was UEMC and I still had a chance to win this race, I would switch back to a Cyclone RC and then start pushing that to the best of their ability. Because right now, man, they're right there at checkpoint 1. I think what he's doing right now is using the gun to tell him, hey, go take this path, go that way. Here's the checkpoint, right? That should be the scout's job to do that. I think the gunner shouldn't be able to, the need to do that. So, but it's okay though. We're rooting for you, UEMC. Continue pushing forward, and they're almost there to checkpoint 1.
It's my hope. You can see the car's on fire. The Cyclone TR is actually on fire right now. It's my hope that the reason why the co-pilot is operating the gun to tell him where to go is because their scout ship took off to go get an RC and is hoping to be back here at the checkpoint 1 to switch them out for an RC. I hope that's the reason why.
Hey, that could be a big reason there. And right now, man, it looks like they're having a tough time with the TR again, man. Unfortunately. Oh, there we go.
And there it went.
The camera ship. That was the camera ship that blew up. It's okay though. It's okay. Camera ship can get back. Here we go. Camera ships, man. Hey, the Reliant Mako is not in full capability right now, but that's okay, man.
Yeah. I love the Reliant series, but it does not do well on Microtech.
So right now we're getting some good views here, and we have still, I believe this is Team Oro, if I'm not mistaken, but they're still continuously doing a great job. That co-pilot giving that. Oh, excuse me. We're currently watching Team Nova. It seems like Team Oro, the camera person that was watching Oro, actually just blew up earlier, so I do apologize. But here we go. We got Team Nova with the Carrack giving that beautiful flashlight, that view that the racer needs to continue moving forward. I wouldn't even have my lights on. I'm like, you know what, man? I got my own Carrack with lights. I don't need my car lights on.
You.
So,
and you can see the difference between them. The RC just has the lights are just so little tiny. There you can see it really good. Everything around him is lit up nice and blue-white, and then he's got those litty. You might as well have candles on the front of that thing, because it's not much.
Dude, that Carrack has seriously some incredible views. They're doing a little bit of low flying there and doing a great job at it. So, that scout, don't blow yourself up, because you're going to be at a huge disadvantage if your whole ship goes into flames. But, man, let me tell you, man, this looks, I seriously need to experience a good endurance race here in the future. Whenever I decide that I want to make a team and hopefully get into one of these community events, I definitely need to get on here. Maybe I'll cast and race at the same time. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I could broadcast from the driver's seat of an RC and keep it going. Sure,
I'll be yep. in my own sim pit, just talking. Oh, we got other teams over here, man. Oh, that would be so fun.
Have one monitor up here, seeing everybody else's stuff, and then you in front, just keeping on going.
All right, we got
UEMC is switching.
Yep, UEMC right now doing the smart play. You're going to be switching to a second
RC. Is it a
red? At checkpoint 1, it has to be blood. If they're way behind. They need to be able to jump into RC.
I would go steal Oros sitting over there at the Cuddy Red.
Hey,
That's
man,
exactly what I would do.
If it's part of the rules don't say that you can take somebody else's vehicle. So let's see what happens. Oh no, they're going right back into a new TR. All they brought was TRs.
Oh no, not another TR.
Hey man,
somebody in chat wanted to know whether or not you and I might be doing a Hurston Hurtlocker duo.
Oh no, there's no way.
Is that a possibility?
No, Hurston Hurtlocker is way too fun for me not to be there and cast it, man. I love the Hurston Hurtlocker. That thing is that, bro. The mayhem of that is I need to be there to make sure I catch every single explosion, just like how I'm doing here today in the Tourverse. Man,
and we got the MT now. The MT's gonna be great. See, that would be a good one to run. I don't think the MT is any faster though. If I'm correct, I believe the MT is the same speed as the TR. So you don't get any extra speed out of it, but you do get the missiles and the guns. However, I think because the MT is brand new, I don't think it was allowed for this particular race due to, when the rules were written and everything.
Yeah, but so here's the mountain pass really quick here, Blood. And tell you the MT, I actually tried one, and the gun is just pretty much like a 50 cal one shot at a time weapon. Is not like, but the MT feels seriously so much fun because you also have the missiles. I thought that, the TR wouldn't have a necessity once the MT came out, but, I think it was smart for CIG to definitely have those two different guns in usage. Because if you're getting caught by a TR, you're going to get blown up faster than you're using the gun on the MT. Because you're only shooting once at a time, whereas the TR, you have a literal machine gun just taking you out the whole time.
The first thing I did on my MT was rip off that cannon and put on a laser repeater. I'm a huge fan of laser repeaters. That's the very first thing I do with my MP, is I took that sucker off.
Oh, right now we're looking at Vatic Rain, Team Vora. I know we got some Team Vora fans down in there. We saw Dragonfly, Dragon Ripper saying Vora, Vora, Vora. Well, here you go, man. This is your team. They're going through the mountain pass right now. This mountain pass looks dangerous, man. It looks super rough right now.
This definitely will separate the men from the boys, or the girls from the women, and teach you real quick who has the skill to be able to make this kind of stuff. And this is sort of a prelude to next week's race, going through those major mountain passes. So I hope they're all getting a good feel for Microtech's gravity as they go both up and down these mountain ranges on their way towards that checkpoint number 2.
Yeah, so like the gravity right now, right, as you get gravity in Daymore or any other planets or moons, I feel like the gravity is not that much here on Microtech, but, like, they're getting some great hang time, man. I would try to push this to, if I'm seeing a hill, man, I want to fly over any rocks. I want to fly over anything at all that I don't want in my way right now. But they're trying to see if they can go around these mountain passes and hopefully, get to that checkpoint 2 and hopefully catch up to Team Oro, who's most likely still in first place right now. And right now we're looking at Team Nova.
Looks like they just turned over from being on their back like a turtle. Thank goodness CIG was kind enough to put in that ability for those vehicles to self-right, because that has been the end of many, many racers in different events. And now that they have the ability for those things turned back over, it really does make a huge difference in being able to stay in these races and keep that longevity and get towards that next checkpoint that you're trying to reach.
Yeah, so right now we're looking at Team Nova, and I think Nova Intergalactic, again, a huge org. They're doing a great job, man, and we got, their driver. We either got Surfer Dragon Rapid right now, just currently just driving their butts off as much as they can, trying to get up there. I believe Team Nova was in that third place position, not too far away from second place. Can we get that leaderboard up one more time, see if that's updated, so we can get a little bit of, yep, here we go. So Team Nova literally close, like I said, third place, very, very close to RS, but Oro increasing that gap by
quite
a
a bit.
mile, man. That is 10 kilometers away. That is about 9 to 10 minutes of race time in real time, in game, Blood. You're
That is
taking a
amazing.
huge lead so far.
I don't know whatever it is they're doing it right. I'm starting to think that we might be right, that they are all in one room, which gives them instant communication. The game can't get in the way, nothing get in the way. That may be a really great strategy.
Imagine a team, right? Imagine a team, just like if you are watching F1, just like if you're watching NASCAR, right? You have that pit team. But no, in Star Citizen, you have a team in your room, and you guys are just going insane, yelling at each other and going, yo, go this way. That makes the experience so much more fun overall, man, to have all people in one land, just enjoying the race in general, man. But everybody's doing a great job. We got WTTC, who's currently in the standing in last place. As you guys can see, they have checkpoint number 1 finally out their sights. And one thing, if we can get our officials to let us know if there's been any respawns. I believe WTTC and I believe Nova did get our 1 respawn so far. But if any other teams got respawns, let us know, officials, so we can share that with the viewers.
And Nova is showing you, or showing all of us really, that just because you do have an accident, just because you do end up losing that time, doesn't mean that you can't make it back up, because they went from fifth position all the way back up to third now, which puts them in a really good spot, and they're really showing their skill and the ability that they have in these types of races.
Yeah, so right now I think Vora had a respawn so far, but Vora is still holding strong. Vaultic Rain still holding strong around that second, third place. But you got Nova, you got Vora really, really close to each other. So I mean, it's crazy right now, man. We got all teams currently just passing checkpoint 1. So right now it seems like WTTC, though, way behind from the current pack right now, and I know that this is going to give them the experience to bring it on for stage 2, regardless if they finished last here. Last year in stage 1 of Tour de Verse.
Yeah, they definitely have some time to make up, no doubt about it. Looks like we're heading back to Oro now, who is our first place competitors at this point in time. The only reason why I say at this point in time is because we never know what could possibly happen. Right around every corner could be the end. Look at if you notice the way the cars are looking when he was just in third person, look how much more weight they seem to have and how much better they stick to the ground. And you can really see those shocks, pumping up and down, and they're definitely keeping that car afloat, which is great. The cars look, or the vehicles look so good right now. I keep calling them cars due to real life there.
That was some damage.
I just saw that fender come off.
Damn,
and it's on
hitting
fire.
that branch, dude. Holy, bro, that tree definitely took some damage.
I think he's flipping.
Yep.
They're gonna let it sit there.
They're gonna nope, we're gonna switch here. Let's get that other one down. Let's get the swap, and this is what this race is all about. Learning when to swap. Here comes on the Carrack. Let's get the new vehicle out here from Team Oro.
I think he pulled out his knife to cut his. Yeah, no doubt.
This is going to lose him some time, so let's see what happens. This is going to lose him some time, which is going to let, Team Nova and Team Vora right behind and could possibly cost them a few minutes. So here we go. The race is only going to get closer right now, Blood. This is crazy.
Though, thanks to that 10-kilometer lead, that gives them the time right now that they need in order to... Oh, they just lost their Carrack and everything on it. That went their scout ship. There went all of their other vehicles. The only thing they have now is a vehicle on fire, and it looks like there might be one. Actually,
wait,
I think we have one that survived.
No way they can. What?
Yep,
the?
I believe it survived. Now that actually happened to me 2 days ago, right after 313 went live.
Wow!
I had a Rock DS in the front of or the back of an MSR. The MSR blew up, and the DS landed on the ground. We were able to drive it away. So they got very, very fortunate right there.
Yo, they're like. Look, man, you want to know what sometimes that happens when you have too many vehicles in the Carrack, by the way. When you're in that cargo bay and you're smacking the vehicles together, man, this happens. This happens, and I think that's what happens. They got super lucky that a vehicle survived, and they can come back and respawn because respawns are available. But guess what? Since their scout ship blew up here, they're gonna have to go back all the way to it's either Microtech or Point Tressler, to then come back down with the Carrack and help their team out. If Team Oro goes out, they have nowhere to respawn. It's gonna cost them the race, and it's gonna cost them about 20 minutes of race time probably to get all things back together. So let's see what happens. Team Oro, take this terrain very carefully.
And we have to worry because their Carrack is going to have a cooldown. Even if they pay the expedited fee, they still have that cooldown. So if they don't have another Carrack ready to go, not only do they have to wait for the cooldown of the Carrack or choose... Oh, there goes Vora blowing up. If they don't have another vehicle ready to go and another Carrack ready to go, they're going to have to get the Carrack, wait for its cooldown, go get the vehicles, put the vehicles in it, and then get back out there to their teammates before that other vehicle blows up. So if I was Team Oro, I'd be taking it very careful, hoping they have the lead, and they have enough of a lead to maintain it, because that may be a big deal.
Yeah, right now, Vora, unfortunate being in that second place spot right behind where they got Nova right behind them. And, man, this is crazy, man. The luck of your whole scout ship blowing up to then getting a Cyclone out of that, man, that is some luck, dude. That is a highlight that needs to be shown, man. So Vora, again, guys, obviously exploding here, and they're going to get a respawn down. Guys, you guys need to learn how to use your people. Do not put two people in one vehicle. You got two racers for a reason. I believe they can race on their own just fine. That way you're easier to swap. But right now, man, Team Vora losing a lot of time in this race because of this explosion right now.
Crucian, something else that Oro has lost is they lost, if you see right there, they lost those beautiful Carrack lights lighting up the countryside for them.
Oh, yes.
It's now just those two little yellow lights, and that's all they got. And this is a dangerous place not to have that light.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very difficult one here for Team Oro, man. Honestly, man, if they are watching the stream, they probably know that, hey, Team Vora blew up. They can either, they need to take it easy. They can't increase their lead because they need to learn and communicate and wait. Take it easy until they know that they have their Carrack back in place and they have their scout ship back so they can continue going, pedal to the metal. But right now, man, I would take it easy and try to dodge as much rocks as I can, because if they go out, that's going to cost them the race probably. They're probably going to get cost first place.
Yeah, hopefully as soon as our producers can get that leaderboard updated, they can pop it up on screen for us so we can see kind of where everybody's at, because I'd like to see how everything has changed since we've had the Carrack explosion, switching out of the vehicle, and see where we're at. It looks like Vora is bringing out their new vehicle now, so Voltic Rain is going to be back in this race in about 3 seconds. Turning on those lights, because obviously everybody needs those lights, and they are off again, trying to make up that lost time that they lost and keep it going. So it looks like they're doing pretty good. I'm hearing that Team Oro is 50 kilometers from the second checkpoint, so they are getting closer. From the finish line. So they're getting closer to that second checkpoint. We may be able to see that anytime. And there is our updated leaderboard that shows Vora is now in the lead.
Well, that is pretty close. They'll probably get updated here pretty soon. But you got teams like Roguestar. I mean, even though Oro had that good 10-kilometer lead, we know that they lost it with that explosion that they had. They got super lucky because they would have lost a lot more than that lead because their Carrack took that explosion, man. They got super lucky. So, we're going to continue seeing here. Look, right now we got Vora just slamming into some rocks here, guys. You guys got to take it easy, man. This high grass, okay? The small rocks are not doing damage anymore to these Cyclone RCs, but you still got those rocks, man, that are popping up out of the ground, that are that good, small to medium size, that will damage that vehicle, get you some hull damage, and could get you to explode. So,
well, I mean, Voltic Rain still got their Carrack, and they've still got their vehicle, and their vehicle's fresh. I don't know. It looked like there was another vehicle in that Carrack ready to go. So if Voltic Rain is smart, be a little bit careful. don't go too fast, knowing that your competitor is out in front,
Yeah.
missing their Carrack and missing another vehicle. So if Oro gets into a position where where the vehicle they're in right now catches on fire, they could definitely take the lead easily and make a nice big lead for themselves.
I mean, you know what, man? I totally agree with you there. But man, this race has been incredible so far. Very, very interesting. It actually gets me very excited to see more Cyclone RC races in the future as well. To see all the events that we have coming up in the Star Citizen community. This race has been great so far. They're doing a great job. Again, big shout out to all the cameras. Big shout out to the security team. Walkers of Sigma, you sexy flyers, peoples over there. Y'all keep doing your thing, man. But hey, we got a great view so far, guys. Again, Vora, all right? You got Oro, neck on neck. We still don't know. 50 kilometers away from the finish line. So things are definitely getting very, very close here, man. So how do you feel about the race so far overall, Blood? Tell us a little bit about your experience of what you've been seeing so far.
I can tell you that you can tell these racers have come out here with the desire to really win this. Like this is WTTC right here that is moving in their TR, which as we know is slower. Or UEMC, I'm sorry. And you think that maybe getting that TR might have been a bad move on their part. But if you think about it, because it's a little bit slower, if everybody else keeps on wrecking or crashing or their Carracks blow up, that TR could be all the difference that they need in order to take UEMC and actually bring them up to that first position. I mean, there is that possibility depending on what happens with all the other racers. But I have to say that everybody today has been very focused. Everybody's been really, really focused on trying to make it to those checkpoints, keep themselves in a good position where they keep those cyclones from blowing up, even though we've seen that a couple of times. And, I really love the way that the vehicles are behaving during this 3.13 patch. I think that they're doing a great job, and I guess maybe that shows for us. And, I really think they're doing a great job. Thank you, CIG, for putting in these types of fixes, because it allows these types of events to go on and look so good on cameras. We really do appreciate it.
You know what here, man? I'm going to be super honest with you. I cannot wait, right? Even though we have the first system and mostly all of Stanton is already in place, right? We're just waiting for Horizon. We're just waiting for Crusader, right? But once we get that, right, a lot of people still don't know that these planets, these moons are still not finished. There's still so much. They got to put in clouds. They got to put in roads. They got to put in so much stuff that still evolves putting in, into these planets, man. What I would love to see right now, what I would really love to see is them putting some type of track on ArcCorp, man. That would make me so happy to see CIG putting a track on ArcCorp.
That would be amazing.
To get those views, to get those buildings, and to see how fast we can make a Ranger or the Cyclone RC go in that track. So if you're listening right now, you're watching the Tour de Verse, we need some tracks on ArcCorp. Make it happen, because, man, that would definitely get, to get that full flat ground, Blood. So we can just pedal to the metal and just get a nice course with some turns and some ups and downs. Oh, that would be incredible, man. I can't wait.
I have to go one step further. I have to ask, Crusader ground races win?
Crusader, that's
right?
a gas giant. How is that going to work?
That's what I'm saying. When are we going to get ground races on Crusader? That's what I want.
You mean like in the air on Horizon on the platform? That's crazy, man.
I'm sure we could set like a floating platform that's a racetrack, kind of held up in the clouds, racing around it.
That reminds me of something that I haven't thought about in a while. That reminds me of Mario Kart Rainbow Road, where everybody's just flying off the edges. Yep. I'm pretty sure this is a game that everybody's played in a long time, and you see
no guardrails.
Incredible, man.
No guardrails at all. Just a track in the air with twists and turns and jumps, and it's just floating in Crusader.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Man. That would be actually really cool to see, man. But hey, before we can get anything like that, man, they need to get that cloud tech going really, really well. So right now I believe we're following United Earth Corporation here, Mining Earth Corporation. So they're doing a great job still in their TR, man. They're still pretty much in 5th place right now. they're going really well. They're going nice and steady. Again, the TR is not as fast as the Cyclone, but it can take a lot more damage. And right now, we're going to be switching over to Nova. I believe Nova is still around the 3rd place area, though. They haven't really respawned. They haven't exploded. They're taking their time. They're doing a great job at keeping, themselves in this race. Actually, wow, taking Nova 1 kilometer away, though. They got stuck. Oh, no. They got stuck right now. Nova in 2nd place. Oro taking an 8-kilometer lead. We're getting towards the end of the race here pretty soon. I would say maybe in the next 25 minutes, we're going to be, crowning our first winner in Tour de Verse stage number 1, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Team Oro, even though their vehicles blew up, even though the scout vehicles blew up, Blood Eagle, they're still taking a significant lead in this race.
This would be a good time for us to go back to that map real quick for a moment and view it to see exactly where they're at. Because we just saw an explosion off to the right there. But we are getting to a point now where Team Oro should be coming up on that 2nd place, or that 2nd checkpoint very, very soon.
Wait, who just blew up there?
It looked like a TR to me from the air. That's what it looked like. But we should be, so Team Oro should be coming up on checkpoint 2 any moment now, because they are, well, there's 48.5 away from checkpoint 2 to the finish at Twin Peaks. And I think our leaderboard said they were 38 kilometers away. So, yeah, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it seems like they already passed. They should have been passed for checkpoint 1 if they only have 30 kilometers left, unless they skip checkpoint number 2 and are just going straight for the finish line. I'm a bit confused here.
I think maybe our numbers might be wrong. We'll have to have our producers check that for us.
Yeah, we'll get you guys an update on that here pretty soon, because we haven't seen anybody hit that checkpoint 2 so far, and being only 30 kilometers away, that should be, unless they're going straight to the finish line. So let's see what happens there. Maybe they're not able to see checkpoint 2 right now and has that party bug, Blood Eagle. So that
could be true.
That could be the point here. With right now, I think if they're not able to see checkpoint 2, I think it's gonna be a race to the finish line from checkpoint 1, pretty much.
Yeah, the racers have really got to keep track of what's going on, because we have to, they have to make sure that they are keeping those lines straight, checking in with those people. And, it looks like I've just been updated. Our checkpoint 2 is no longer a checkpoint 2. Our finish line is actually the next checkpoint. There is no checkpoint 2 at this point. It looks like checkpoint 2 got kind of removed at last minute. It wasn't intended, but it did happen. So it looks like we are 28 kilometers from the actual finish line, which will now be our checkpoint 2. So at least we know now why we are so close to the end. So we're only then 28 kilometers away from our finish line, actually, with Team Oro. And it looks like just a few kilometers back behind them is Nova, trying to make up that difference.
Yeah, so right now we're looking at Nova, right? And from checkpoint 1 to checkpoint 2, it gives them that straight shot to the Twin Peaks right now, Blood. So, I mean, like taking out that checkpoint 2 out of the way, that's definitely vital information, and we should have known that, but it's okay. They don't have it anymore. We're going straight from checkpoint 1 to the finals. That's gonna be a little bit more tough, because that gives them, they have to go through that mountain pass, and then they have to find a way through to get to the Twin Peaks to be able to get on that finish line. But anyways, man, things are looking great. Team Oro 30 kilometers away from the finish line, guys. If you guys are listening, keep pushing, stay your head in the game, and make sure you guys finish strong with that Cyclone RC. So great job by Team Oro today so far.
And I would like to do a shout out, if you don't mind, to Team SACE, our producers, all of the people in the studio that are bringing us the information and the cameras, and switching our views for us, the awesome looking artwork and overlays that you see on screen. SACE has been doing an amazing job. I really do appreciate everything they've put into this, and you can see the quality. You really can. They're doing a good job, no doubt about it. And this is just the first of 3. So it's going to get better next week, and the week after that it's going to be even better. I cannot wait to see how this kind of works. Right now, you guys see us following Team Oro, as they are moving towards that finish line. Our last check with them was 28 kilometers away. I imagine at this point they're probably about 25-ish or so, because they are moving really, really quick across these plains. But they've got to watch those scrub brush, and they've got to watch those rocks, because those rocks, all it takes is one, and you lose that car.
As you can see, when they're in that third-person mode, they're 22.5 kilometers away from the finish line. You can actually a little bit see it from the distance here. You can see them right between the Twin Peaks, but things are going really, really well so far. I think, like you said, Blood, everybody behind the scenes are doing a great job. And giving that shout out to Sace, because, I got my man Sergey here. We're probably driving him crazy talking so much, man. So he's like, yo, this guy talks too much. We're going to have to get him out of here after this Tour de Verse stage 3. But anyways, hey, you guys are doing fantastic, man. I love you guys. You guys are doing great. But this is definitely,
no
doubt. An exceptional experience for us here today, man. And here we go. We got Nova. Take it away, Blood.
We are with Team Nova now, who is in second place. Last time we checked, they were about 7 kilometers behind. Oh, actually, looks like Nova has dropped way back. So it looks like Rogue Star has actually moved forward into second place, and Vora has now passed Nova as well into that third place spot. So Nova's definitely got some kilometers to make up if they want to take that first place, as our first place person is moving a little bit closer.
Let me jump in here, because there's something that a lot of people need to understand, right? You guys have Star Citizen. The world is just so vast, right? So you could have somebody way all the way to the left and way all the way to the right side of this course right now, Blood, right? And by being so left or so right, you have a certain kilometers away, and that could change at any moment, right? If they start coming more in, they get closer to the finish line. If they start going more out, they get a little bit further away. So, and to be very frank with you, that 1 kilometer could be a lot closer than what you think, because of they could be parallel to each other at this point, and they don't even know it. So maybe they see the scout ship above, maybe they see something, but they could be so close to each other, man. But right now, it's anybody's race from second to third place to fourth place right now. These teams just need to keep concentrating and racing to the best of their ability.
Yeah, and they are. They're definitely trying to keep in line. And I have been in the position before during events where I've been following somebody and seen another racer 20 kilometers to my left. And when you look at the leaderboards, you realize that they are neck and neck, even though they're so far apart, because they're both racing for that same point. And as they're racing for that same point, they can keep on jockeying for that position and not even know each other exists. And even the camera people may not know that each other's there.
Yeah, look how close they are, man. 27 kilometers, 28 kilometers from the finish line, 29 kilometers for the finish line, right? Any of them could actually win, depending on what route exactly they took coming towards the finish line. So I think second place is completely still up for grabs by any of these teams: Nova, Vora, Rogue Star. Hey, guys, keep pushing it, man. You better find that line as fast as you can, man, because second place is up for grabs.
Yeah, we're back on Nova now, and they are, like you said, they're jockeying for that second position along with the other two teams. It looks like Oro at this point in time, and I do not want to jinx them in any way, it looks like they've got a pretty sizable lead, and unless something goes wrong, more than likely they're going to cinch that first spot. However, that second place spot is a very, very good toss-up between those three teams, as they keep on, as you said, nowhere near one another, jockeying against that spots. That's going to be a hard... Oh, he caught that.
This terrain is terrible. Right now, this snowstorm is not helping anybody at all, and things are just going very, very scary for Team Nova right now. That was a hard drop. As you guys can see, Team Oro getting back their scout ship right now to lead them to victory. Hopefully, you got some extra cyclones. Yeah, so let's see what happens, man. But they got their Carrack back on. Man, Carrack is... I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little upset because they changed how the engines look in the back, but a beautiful ship nonetheless, especially for that group exploration. So, great scouting ship, definitely, man. But Team Oro seems like if they continue at this pace, Blood Eagle, they're going to be crowned winner for Tour de Verse Stage 1.
I think so. I really do think you might be right. And that's kind of cool. I love Nova. I love Voltic Rain. Our other teams I absolutely love. But me, just because of the type of person that I am, rooting for that underdog, rooting for the new guy. It's just in my blood. So if Oro does pull this off, I'm going to be really, really happy. I mean, I'll love whoever wins. Doesn't bother me at all. But I like this. This is great.
Hey, we got Team UEMC who's in 5th place that are our miners right now, and they're racing for their lives, man. Hey, I'm going to say, guys, these guys are miners, okay? They're not racers, but they're still doing a great job. They're still jumping on into that Cyclone TR, man. But, hey, it's been a seriously great race so far. And I think, they're going to learn a little bit about this after, right, Blood? Because they're going to be like, man, TR, we barely see anybody. We try to shoot some people down. We try to make the race interesting. But if you don't have that speed that everybody else has, man, that's tough. That's tough.
Well, I mean, as you said, they are a mining corporation, so we're not watching what they're doing all the time. Maybe they saw some Hadnite or something. They stopped and mined it real quick. I mean, why not make a little bit of profit at the end? Yeah, no, we don't need a gun. We just want a mining gun on top of our TR.
Hey,
just give us a little,
Their mottos are, we mine and know things. So maybe they know something that we don't know.
They know how to mine.
Oh.
That's...
All right, here we go.
Looks like we're back to Oro.
Yep, we're going to be at Oro. I think they're getting very, very close to the finish line here. If we can get the leaderboard one more time here. Ladies and gentlemen, our officials are doing fantastic in the background. 7 point... Wait, Nova? In front of Oro?
Wait, how did Nova get in front?
No. So Oro is 5 meters away. Oro is 5...
Okay,
yeah, Oro is 5 meters away from the finish line. Let's keep our eyes on here, ladies and gentlemen. Officials, we're going to stay looking at them until they finish because they're literally... Ooh, don't blow up. This is not the time to blow up. They're in first person
Luckily, no
mode.
fire yet.
Oh, man, that's scary. Let's stay on here because they're... Yes, so right now they
Oro
got
is now
everything...
4 kilometers away.
No, that's meters, man. As you can see on the screen right there, that they're 4 meters. Well, yeah, it's kilometers. Never mind. Every 1,000. Yeah, never
That's
mind.
all right.
Okay, so
and there is our last referee right there.
Yep, last referee. So whenever Team Oro comes and shake his hand or click on him or shoot him in the face, whoever does that, gets to win here. But you guys see that Oro, ladies and gentlemen, are right down there. A few teams that are 19 kilometers away. Everybody's doing a fantastic job, man. I got to give a shout out to Team Oro here. Again, Orange Rose Corp, all Dutch, all
yep.
from the Netherlands, man. They really brought their racing spirit today to the Tour de Verse. 2 meters away, there's the A90 jump looking incredible. And, hey, once they get to that official, guys, we can congratulate our first winner of the Tour de Verse stage number 1, getting those 6 points, so we'll see if they can get there because anything could happen right now, Blood. Anything between now and the finish line could still happen, so.
Yeah, I mean, our driver of Team Oro or Orange Rose Corp is actually either Swift Omnium or else Captain Roscoe. One of those two is currently driving, and the other one is in the passenger seat, making sure they get where they're supposed to be going. Oh, there's Oro right there coming up around the mountain. Or let's see, you think they'll go up it or you think they'll go around it?
I mean, whatever they need to do to win, they need to go around it. But right now, we're getting a beautiful view of the finish line that we call the Twin Peaks, baby, because they're nice. They're peaking high. So it seems like Team Oro, they have to go around and find a way. Their scout ship needs to tell them, hey, you can't go up that hill because it's a big drop down. They need to get to this 890 jump. And it seems like no matter what's going to happen, they have a straight line, not many rocks. They are going to be hopefully the winners of Tour de Verse Stage 1. And it's going to give them a nice lead for the rest. Yes.
Yeah, they've got to get there, get out, get in there to that official, and like Crucian said, shoot him in the face, punch him in the arm. I don't know. Well, whatever they got to do when they get there. Yeah, whatever you got to do to make sure he notices that you're there, and that will give them that vaunted spot of the first place finisher. Oh, and there's our official right there on the bottom. Ready? They're going to come up inside.
There we go.
They don't
run people over. Captain Roscoe Swift.
And there we go.
Congratulations, Team Oro. Ladies and gentlemen, your first place of Tour de Verse stage number 1, Team Oro. The people that have never participated in a race before, got the racing spirit, came to win. And Leslie was going to be in second, third, fourth place right now. Thoughts on this?
I was a little bit worried that Captain Roscoe had that knife out the entire time. I wasn't sure if maybe we might need a new referee or something. You know, that's how. Hey, I'm here. Stab, stabbity stab.
And by the way, big shout out to I saw you, Walkers of Sigma, coming in with the nice arrow with the nice shaft on there, celebrating that. So, you know, big shout outs to them on this, man. Congrats to Team Oro. Oro, you guys are golden. Golden races of Tour de Verse Stage 1, man. Is he carrying a baby? Oh, no, that's Pico.
Yeah. The race official actually dropped down Pico for the winners there, and then let them come up into the nice warm 890 jump.
Can they like race Pico in game? I've never messed with Pico. And you know,
No,
like raise him up in
unfortunately.
there. That'd be so cool, man.
He works just like a box. You can only hold him in front of you, and that's it. That's all you can do.
All right, let's see who's coming up in second place here. If we can get a view of Team Vora or Team Nova right now. We got Vora here, and they're only 11 kilometers away from the finish line. Now is not the time because you got Nova right behind you. You got Roguestar as well. Any little mess up here could change the dynamic of first, second, third place right now. So they need to learn how to race and stay steady right now because, yeah, you don't want to cause the race. You want to make sure you gain those points and kind of, you know, that puts you ahead in the next two stages.
Yeah, we actually had the three teams all vying for that second place, and as you can see, that gap is kind of, you know, they were all within a kilometer or maybe two at the most of each other, and that whole entire thing now has kind of blown apart now, so that you've got what 12 kilometers between Vora in second place currently and Roguestar in fourth place currently. You know, that's a big thing. So like if Nova or Roguestar want that second place, they're really gonna have to shake the lead out and keep everything moving, and I mean doing it quick because they are running out of room.
So right now, I just got the official word. We got WTTC, the World Trading Circus right now. Unfortunately, all their vehicles are finito. They're done. So unfortunately for Tour de Verse Stage 1, WTTC is going to keep that last place for right now. So we already know that WTTC are out of vehicles. They're probably going to stay in that sixth place positions, but it's okay. Blood, we
Why
still
not
got two
send
more
out a
stages,
bear on
right?
a unicycle?
A bear on a unicycle.
Yeah, I mean every circus has a bear on a unicycle.
Hey,
So
man.
get out there, bear. Go. Go.
Hey, we'll see. Hopefully they have to bring it in the next two stages, man. So hopefully, you know, WTTC for stage number 2 again, guys. We're gonna be live back again for stage number 2 on May 2nd. So make sure you guys are here if you guys want to see the continuation of Tour de Verse in stage 2 and see if WTTC can hopefully do and get a better placement. You know, after this whole experience, Blood, I feel like the other teams that are behind in stage 2 are probably gonna be a lot better for, you know, next week. They're gonna do a lot better, in my opinion.
I know if I was WTTC, I would definitely have my entire team out making some UEC come tomorrow morning and buying some more Cyclones to make sure that no matter how many times we crash, we've got extra Cyclones in the back to keep going.
Hold on one second. I believe we can get one member from WTTC and do an interview to kind of get their experience and capture their moments about how they went through so many vehicles so quick. So let's see if we can get him on here. Let me go ahead and see if we can get him up. Hopefully we can get Team WTTC driver here as Blood, and we'll ask him some questions. But again, congrats to Team Oro. Whenever Team Oro can come online as well to do an interview, that would be fantastic. But let's get WTTC here first and get their experience, and then we can get the experience of Oro and see, you know, how they feel. They won stage 1 though. Again, this is not the end of the battle though. There's still a full war left to go ahead in stage 2 and 3 of the Tour de Verse.
Yeah, this is only your first stage. You even if you did end up in last place like WTTC did, there is nothing at all that can prevent you from being the winner of the next 2 stages and winning it all. Looks like we've got Vora here that we are watching jump some rocks there. A little bit of a puddle jumper.
Yeah, Vora is actually about 4,000 meters away from winning. As you can see, this is the last hill that they need to go up to get up to Twin Peaks right now. So, you know, 2,000 meters away. So Vora can definitely take that second place spot here. They need to be very careful going up this mountain because, man, this is an incredible view, and these mountains can be dangerous. So when you get up there to Twin Peaks, that's going to be your second place spot right there for Team Vora. So be careful going up because you got Nova literally right behind you.
And you know Nova's chomping at the bit to take that spot. Just make one mistake is all you need to do, and Nova will come right up and take it from you. So you want to make sure that you keep watching.
I love this finish line right here, Blood, man. It looks incredible. The Twin Peaks.
It is beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful, man. Loving this. Man, I could only imagine if this was like real life where you have to go up a mountain like this. I'll be so
Well,
scary.
I was about to say, what would you do, Crucial? Would you go around or would you just drive up and over it? I think I'd just drive up and over it.
No, you got to go around, man. That looks so scary, man. That is so risky for you to go straight up and over that right now. That's
I think
a risk
they're doing
because
it.
If you fall back,
Yep, they're going
man,
up it.
Oh, man, that is scary. If I was a Carrick, I'll be like, go around. You're going to risk it. You're going to risk it, man. If they blow up, that's going to be very, very scary because Nova is going to get a chance to come up and take that second place spot from them. So they need to be careful.
Are we ready to do a little interview with WTTC here?
Yeah, let's bring WTTC McRae up and get his experience about the Turtleverse so far. Whenever you are ready, officials.
I brought him in. Hey, McRae, how you doing? So what happened with how many Cyclones did you guys come out with today? Wow, that's a lot of Cyclones to go through in an hour and a half. So pretty much today was better, is what you're saying. So how did you guys like the race?
Second. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Oh, they don't have McRae's voice right now, Sergey. Is there any way we can get his voice on the stream?
Ah.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, guys. I had to stop. Yeah, they're not catching his voice right now. So as soon as we can get his voice on stream. Yep. All right. Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Team Vora just got the second place finish here in the Turtleverse stage number 1. Congratulations to Team Vora. Baltic Rain, you guys have your 5 points and a cement second place. And now, guys, we got Nova that should be coming up here soon.
Oh, yeah, they're coming right around the bend now. It looks like they are coming up the hill, going towards the Twin Peaks, about to do their circle of the... well, actually, they could be going over just like Voltic Rain did, possibly. I guess we'll have to see whether... That'll be the big question is... For each of the races, do you go up and over or do you go around? So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Are they able to hear McRae now, by the way, Sergey? Okay, so McRae, just give us 1 second, man, so we can get your voice on stream. Just stand by for us, man, and then we'll get your interview going. Do apologize for that as the producers work on that right now. But, oh, man, day's been great so far. Nova right behind Team Vora. About to cement that's third place in Turtleverse Stage 1. And it's been a great day for racing so far. I'm excited.
I don't know if you saw that or not, Crucian, but it looked to me, from what I could see on this far camera, that Nova decided to go up over the tallest part of the mountain, got about halfway up, and then slid back down. Because there they go again. Yep. Because they too much of an incline there for that poor little RC to keep its wheels locked.
I'm gonna be honest, man. This is the reason why your Scotch is
back down.
You, hey, there's halfway on the left. You need to go around. Don't go up, because imagine even if they would fall down backwards, their blood, they would have took damage and they could have blown up. And then had fourth place to come a chance, right? You have Roguestar that's right behind them. So if they blow up here, you got Roguestar that can come out in third place and get those 3 points.
And they want it too. They want those points, as many as they can get.
Yep. If you guys don't know, guys, the structure of the race, if you finish anywhere between first to six, first place got 6 points, second place 5 points, and then third place will get 3 points, and then fifth place gets 2, and then sixth place gets 1. That is through the point structure through every single stage of Turtleverse. But it seems like Nova, congratulations of getting third place on Turtleverse stage number 1.
Yeah, Nova Intergalactic has now made it to the finish line. Looks like he decided to park a little bit away. You know, like those people at Walmart that park way at the end of the parking lot and then run in. That's kind of what Nova decided to do. You know, oh, park away. I don't want anybody to hit my car. I'm just
My
going to
guy
run
said
in and go ahead and
Walmart.
get my Pico.
My guy
Make
said
sure.
a Walmart, man. I don't think a lot of people here even know what Walmart is if they're from like.
You
I mean, hey, can somebody in chat tell me? Do you guys have Walmart in Europe? I just want to know, honestly. Is there
I know
Walmart
some
in
places
Europe?
do. I think they're that big.
Oh man.
But I mean, any grocery store, a Tesco, or you know, any of that kind of stuff. I guarantee you, there's always in every sort of grocery store, somebody parks at the very end of the parking lot and walks. Not me.
Anyways.
No, I'm parking up close.
All right, so right now, ladies and gentlemen, they are fixing the voice. We can get these interviews going right now. As you guys can see, if we can get the leaderboard up, we got team that finished in first place, Team Oro. All right, and then in second place, we got Team Vora, and then in third place, Team Nova Intergalactic Vora for Voltic Rain, and then we got Rogue Star, who is gonna cement themselves in fourth place right now. WTTC is unfortunately out. They lost all their Cyclones. They had 5 Cyclone RCs in their carrack, and now you got UEMC, who's obviously going to be in that fifth place spot, and we'll see them finish the race as well, because I would want to see them finish, you know, overall. So great job by all teams today so far. You guys have been doing fantastic. I know you guys now got the experience, even though you said you've practiced, man. Still, the experience for today is going to be invaluable for you to go into stage 2 and stage 3.
And Crucian, speaking about WTTC and their loss of their Cyclones, I believe we now have McCrae with us. McCrae, how are you doing today, sir?
Let's make
So-
sure the chat can hear him. Let's make sure the chat
Yeah,
can
yeah,
hear him.
let's-
Chat,
You
can
guys able to hear McCrae?
Let's see if they can hear him, and then we'll let us
Tap,
know.
tap, tap. Is this thing on?
It would be very helpful if it's working now.
No,
We
they-
have
they
no
can't hear
audio
him.
from McCrae.
Yep.
That's quite strange, to be honest. I can talk to all of you guys.
No, it's on the broadcast end. It shouldn't be on your end, McCrae. So
Wait, they say they got you
Not
now.
audible.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
there he is. There he
There
is.
we
Okay,
go.
cool.
Okay, McCrae, so how you doing today, sir? How you feeling after your I don't want to call it a defeat, but we'll call it your DNF.
No, it was like the gain of experience.
How many Cyclones did you guys bring with you today?
We brought 5, and yeah, we went through all of them.
Yeah, pretty quickly, too. So I have to ask, I know Crucian's got some questions for you as well, but I have to ask, are you planning on having your team go out and make some money so that you guys can buy some more of them before the next race?
We might try that, yes. I mean, we want to participate further on, so I guess we need to have some Cyclones as well.
Well, you know we're rooting for you guys to win. No matter what place you win, we're rooting for you. I mean, not win, sorry. We're rooting for you guys to finish no matter what place it is. I mean, winning would be great too, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's a hard spot to be.
Yes.
So
So how
McCrae,
did you find the terrain?
The terrain was nice, but quite challenging, as I mostly didn't see stones until I was very near. And yeah, the wood was not so perfect, the forests.
Go ahead,
gotcha.
Crucian.
Yeah. So McCrae, have you raced in the previous patches and raced in this patch? Is like if you have, can you tell us a little bit about your experience about racing? You know, in 312 and now in 313. How has the vehicle changed in racing overall? Do you feel better about it? Can you let us know?
To be honest, I don't see any differences between those patches.
wow.
In both patches, I've been driving Cyclones for half an hour, 40 minutes before they blow up because of taking too much damage, and I've driven Cyclones for 30 seconds out of New Babbage and exploded.
Do the vehicles feel like they have any more weight to you on this patch? You know, like, do they feel more substantial?
No, not really, and I can still go up almost 90 degrees angled cliffs.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't see differences in those.
So So you know, Tour de Verse, you know, stage 1. Unfortunately, you know, you guys, you know, ran through all your cyclones, right? So what experience did you learn in this race in stage 1 that you are gonna bring to stage 2?
That's yeah, probably trying to get some better shoutouts from the pilots
Gotcha.
to try to navigate around bigger obstacles on a wider circle, maybe. Otherwise, I don't see a lot that we can improve. A better server would be helpful, because in the beginning I had very low frames and it was really hard to see rocks.
Gotcha,
Otherwise, we will see how far we get. I just won a race with the Grey Cat, but here with the Cyclones is a bit different. Oh, it was fun.
So
Hey,
so
that's
no
fun.
bear,
So we will
no bear on a
something further.
unicycle.
It would be interesting. See
I-
if it can go faster than a Cyclone.
Every circus should have a bear on a bear on a unicycle. Every one of them.
Yes, we have at least one, but he's not participating in our team now.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
so,
yeah, it's cold out here.
McRae, so hey, you know, thank you for sharing, you know, your experience with us, man. I really, really appreciate it. But you know, before we, you know, we definitely want to get some more interviewees in today. But before we go, man, is there anything you want to say, you know, to the Star Citizen community out there, to maybe, you know, people who want to race in the future, or just anything you want to say in general to the, you know, to the community? This is your time, so take it away.
Star Citizen is big fun, so just keep on playing and testing and just having fun in groups and in orgs or single players. And thanks for the hosters to organize that event. Thank you for doing all such nice comments.
That is very well said, sir, and thank you so much for doing such an amazing job. We are very, very saddened that you were not able to finish this particular race, and of course, we wish you all the luck in the next one.
Thank you.
Take it easy, McRae. Thank you so much. And right now, guys, we got Rogue Star, who is about 5 kilometers away, 5,000 meters to nail that 4th place finish for Rogue Star. And then we got UEMC, that's roughly around 30 kilometers away. They're making their way over to the finish line, which hopefully they are able to. Obviously, you know, taking a Cyclone TR, which is their vehicle of choice. And hopefully we can get, let's get somebody from Team Oro to get an interview and see how they feel after stage number 1 and see how they feel after that first place finish here. So hopefully we can get someone for Team Oro to come on and interview. But for right now, let's watch Rogue Star take this 4th place finish right now. And it seems like today's race has been great so far. What do you think, Blood?
Yeah, no doubt about it. It has been really interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised that the sun never came back up. So we know that it takes a couple of hours for Microtech to rotate to such a point where the sun comes back up again. I have a feeling that had we not had issues at the start of the race with just normal Star Citizenness, we would have probably been racing at least partially in the daylight, before it started turning dark. Having this entire thing be in the dark is really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, seeing the snow and the blizzards kind of flash in front of you and obscure everything really does increase the challenge that the racers have to worry about as they make it to these finish lines, because they, now not only do they not have the sun on their eye, on their side, but now they have to rely on that scout ship even more. And as you can see here, it looks like Rogue Star has decided to go up between the two peaks, and that's been their desire.
Yeah, these guys, these guys are nuts for doing that. But hey, let's take a quick look here at Team Rogue Star and see them finish, and then we will get Team Oro on for an interview right after we see the finish here for Team Rogue Star. Shout out to Team Rogue Star. You guys did fantastic. Fourth place finish today. Honestly, man, a great job by you guys. Remember, just bring it on to stage 2. 4th place, that gives you guys at least that 4th place gives them 3 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that'll be 3 points for them.
Yeah, so 3 points. So I mean, that can still help them out for these next 2 stages if they get good placements. So as soon as
Roger
we
that.
can see, as soon as we see this finish here by the team, if we can switch to the inside camera on the 890, that would be fantastic. So we can see this
our
finish here
referee
for
inside.
Team Roguestar. Is the referee? There we go.
There
We got
he
the
is.
view here. Yep. And then we got Team
know if he knows it.
Roguestar. Yep.
There's Roguestar.
Congratulations, guys. Best of luck on
Good
the
deal.
next stage. Dragonfly, congratulations to you guys. Great job on the race. Oliver Z. Oh, no, that's somebody else. Never mind.
We're going to go ahead
I
and
think
bring
they're at the
Swift
bar right
Omnium
now.
in so we can do an interview with Oro.
All right, yeah, it was
Hey,
Dragonfly
Swift, can
and
you hear us?
Commander Woody here, so.
Hey, Swift, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Chat, can you guys hear Swift?
Yeah, let's make sure they can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
We're just
No,
making sure
you
the
can
chat
hear
is
us.
able to
We're
hear
just
you.
making sure that the stream can hear you.
Yeah, we don't
okay.
want them to be able to miss your interview there.
All right, they can
Oh,
hear
you
you.
got him,
sure.
Crucian. Go ahead.
All right.
So, Team Oro, you guys
Hello, guys.
took stage 1 of the
Yeah,
Tour de
incredible,
Verse.
right?
I just want to know how you feel. That's all I want to know. First thing.
Yeah, well, we are kind of shocked because we have never raced before, so it was our very first one.
Wow, man. I mean, from the beginning, you guys, did you know you had a significant lead of about 10 kilometers? So you were probably around anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes ahead of the pack the whole way.
Yeah.
But there was
That's incredible.
a significant thing that I really want to talk about. Your carrot completely blew up, and you guys still had a vehicle that survived. What the
Yeah.
heck was going through your head when that happened?
Wow, very lucky, very lucky. That was actually because our cyclone crashed, and it was on fire. So we thought like, okay, let's switch up. So the Carrack landed, and something went wrong. Little trees, you know the deal, and it just exploded, right? And when it exploded, all the cyclones that were still in, it just spit them out, and we were just okay, incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
Let's get one and go. But then we knew, okay, our respawn point is gone, so we have to be careful. And we were very lucky that our scouts were quick enough to get back. So all in all, very good.
That is awesome. So I have 3 questions for you. The first
sir.
one is, and this is possibly the most important question that you will be asked today: how good is the barbecue in the Netherlands?
It is very good. It's very good. It's very cozy as well, right? So it's not about the barbecue, it's about the people,
Yes.
and
Amazing.
it's always a lot of fun. Yeah.
I
you
like
should
people, but it's
come
always
over.
about the barbecue. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
My second question is, you guys do get together and do events and stuff together. Are you guys all in the same room? Are you guys land together right now, or are you guys separated?
No, we're separated. We're separated
Ah.
because of COVID and stuff, right?
Yeah, we were thinking maybe you guys might have gotten together and were, landing in the same room, doing the race, because you guys did an amazing job. You really did.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
And then my last
No,
question.
we're not.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
No,
we're
please, go
not
ahead.
in the same room, but we do a lot of real life events because the Star Citizen community is such an awesome and tight community, right? So
Yeah.
so a lot of things doing together, and this race is a perfect example for that. But also real life, it's always a lot of fun to create events like Bar Citizens and stuff. So that's one of the things that make this community so great, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you 1,000%. I really do, and I love the fact that your organization focuses on bringing people together and keeping it kind of in close enough that you guys can get together and do things. And I really do believe that makes your organization more intimate and bonds that friendship even more. My other question for you, I love. So I don't know if you guys have heard the stream or not. I've been rooting for you the entire time. I love the underdog. I love the fact that you guys are brand new to the racing. So my question
Thank you.
is, with what's happened today and knowing that you guys did such a great job, Mike, oh, you're using VoIP. That's awesome. So my question for you is, knowing how great you guys did today and knowing how well you did, will this encourage you guys as an organization to enter more competitions, more racing competitions in the Star Citizen universe?
Yeah, definitely, because it just blew us away how incredibly well organized this was, right? So this is for us like, okay, this is only the start for many other racing events. It's super awesome, really.
Hey,
I love the fact that you're talking to us in game. That's great.
yeah, it's pretty funny. But
Am I don't know. VoIP was not really.
yeah, well, your mouth's moving there, so I mean, it's something's going on, you know, which, you know, and I love the
Well, you
gear.
never know.
Yeah, I love the gear. I love the getup. But look, man, you know, you guys did an incredible job, right? You know, you guys still have stage 2 and stage 3, so anything could still happen. So make sure you guys, you know, keep this confidence. You know, keep, you know, pushing forward. You know, as an organization, maybe, you know, maybe you guys start getting into more racing, but you know, there's still a lot more racing to go. So you know, I want to wish you guys, you know, the best of luck. Great win today. And again, before we jump off, because we want to see the last team come into the finish line. If you have anything to say to the community out there, to any racers coming up, all right, we want to make this your time to shine. So, yeah, go ahead and say whatever you want to say to the community out there.
Okay, great. The thing with Star Citizen, I think we can kind of recognize it all, is that sometimes it can become a bit crunchy, right? Right, a lot of bugs and slow progress maybe sometimes, you know, and then people can kind of lose it a little bit. But then events like this, they make up for it like 100%, and I'm super stoked, and my whole team is super stoked, and I hope to see this more in the first.
And I'm so happy to hear you say that, because you know, both Crucian and I agree. There are, you know, this is a game that is in alpha. It's being built around us as we play. There are some lull periods, usually towards the end of a patch before a new patch comes out. And I truly believe and tell people all the time that it is the events that organizations put on that keep us all coming back in those, you know, those sort of dead times. And I really do think it's important to the Star Citizen community that we continue to come together, no matter whether it's for PvP or for racing or for spelunking or whatever it happens to be. You know, us as a community coming together and doing these types of events, I think is what keeps the game fresh in everybody's mind and keeps us all wanting to continue forward with the development and, you know, cheer on the developers. I really do.
Very true. It's like Chris Roberts is creating the game, but we're making it, right?
Yes, that's actually a really good quote. I'm going to use that if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right, man. Well, once again, Team Oro, ladies and gentlemen, and coming out with the win in Tour de Verse Stage 1. Again, congratulations, man, and enjoy the win. All right, pop some champagne at the bar. Do what you got to do. Go wild, jump around. You know, hey, enjoy it. All right, but guess what? Enjoy it for today, and then for next weekend, make sure you come ready for Stage 2 of Tour de Verse, because that one's going to be a bit more difficult than just plains. It's definitely going to be some snowy mountains.
Drive up every mountain you could find. Drive down every mountain you could find on Microtech. Just spend a week finding mountains and going up and down, because you're going to need that practice. Because next weekend it's going to be crazy.
All right, but here we go. We got Team UEMC trying to finish in this 5th place, but it's okay. All they need to do is able to finish. It seems like they switched to a Cyclone RC. They're not in a TR anymore. So maybe they had a little bit of a plan, right? They wanted to start off with a TR. Maybe you get some shots. Maybe take out some Cyclones. Maybe that was their plan. But I'm telling you, the races are so vast. Unless you have a lot of racers, I feel like it doesn't make sense. And I think they're going to learn that, but it's okay. They're in a Cyclone now. They're pushing it up. I believe if we can get that leaderboard up to see how far they are from the finish line here, they are 13 kilometers away. So they're probably about 10 minutes away to finishing here. But, man, all the teams doing great. You know, WTTC, unfortunately, using all 5-6 of their Cyclones. It's unfortunate, but you got UEMC almost getting to finish here. But a great race so far. Again, want to give a big shout out to our security team, Walkers of Sigma. I want to give a big shout out to Sace, who's running this whole event of Tour de Verse that came from pretty much the Tour de France. If you guys haven't heard that yet, we talked a little bit about that in the beginning of the lore. But great job to everybody, guys. You guys, this has been great. Still things to learn, still things to push forward. But I definitely am looking forward to Stage 2 next week.
I think I think all of the teams have learned something. Oro has learned that they're awesome. Team WTTC has learned that they need more Cyclones. Team UEMC hopefully learned that the TR, while it's really awesome to shoot at things, isn't really good for keeping that first spot. Team Vora and Team Nova, I mean, come on, they've done it so many times now. I don't know if they can learn anything new, because this is old hat for them.
Now, one thing that I saw in this whole race that I feel that I haven't seen much is desync. I'm not sure if that's a whole change of the vehicle experience, about it hugging the floor a little bit, but I mean, not really desync, but Blood, I haven't really seen much clipping. I've probably seen clipping
tunnels?
once or twice. No, going through the through the planet and coming back out. So for us to see that happening, I'm super happy. Very, very happy about that.
After what we were told a few minutes ago by McCrae, I'm kind of a little wary of saying, hey, I think the desync is better, because to me the vehicles all felt more substantial and more weighty and more tougher than they used to be. But he told me that to him it wasn't any different at all. So it could be a placebo effect. CIG writes in there, hey, vehicles are better now, and I'd log in, I'm like, yes they are, and meanwhile they're not. So I don't know if that was just my hope and optimism taking over and pushing me to wanting everything to be better. But I mean, it really does. You and I both are dealing with these vehicles all the time, and I definitely have to say that I have not seen desync in the vehicles, or the cameras following the vehicles, or the vehicles in the ground. So that I mean, that's empirical evidence as far as I could tell. So maybe we've got the handle on that stuff finally, which for what we do for all the racers out there is a big deal.
Wait. This is not the RC. Is it the RC? It looks like the RN.
That is an RC, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I'm trying to see if no, it's the RN. They got a Cyclone. Yeah, because it has for the scanning, it has it above. It looks like it's gray. It looks like the RN, unless I'm blind, because I haven't seen them boost.
Yeah.
This is the first. This is the first time I've seen somebody race with the RN at all, Blood Eagle. That's interesting.
And when you first said RN, my first thought was, wait, no, it's an AA that they shot off both missiles, but I don't think that's it either. I think you might be right. That's strange. Maybe they just didn't know that all the other groups would be using RCs. They're saying in chat that it is indeed an R. Nope, somebody's saying it's an RN. Somebody else is saying it is an AA.
Oh man, I'm confused because I don't see the missiles popping out of the left or the right there for the AA. So, but
if they shot them off,
very interesting. But I think you need a target to shoot him off. I don't think that
Our turret gunner was, he was a little excited there with that gun. Maybe he did the same thing with the missiles. He might have pulled the missiles off by hand and just threw them at somebody as he ran by.
Oh man, yeah. So see, it's definitely an RN. It's a recon. I'm pretty sure. Guys, man, I may not know guns and Star Citizen, but I definitely know my dang vehicles, man. I kind of second guess myself sometimes, but man, it's beautiful to see the RN racing out here, man. It looks beautiful, and for them to finish, man, with the RN is actually pretty unique, because the RN does have more it can take more damage than the RC, which it's great, man. So shout out to UEMC for bringing out the Cyclone RN, using every single type of vehicle that they can put out. Yeah, it's awesome.
Everything but an RC. I'd love to find out why they didn't use an RC. I really would, because that is a really strange way of running without that RC.
Yeah, man, beautiful. Anyways, while they're finishing right now, they have about 5,000 meters to go. Let's talk a little bit about, hey, Blood Eagle, what you got going on this week? Where can people find you? And what do you base your content around?
So I'm retired. So pretty much I video game all day, every day. That's pretty much my life. I'm a trophy husband.
Must be nice, huh?
It's not bad. I'm not going to lie. I used to stream all the time. I used to stream 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, all year long, never stopped. I kind of stopped that because I was taking it too seriously as a job. I let my personal sort of work ethic overtake me when I was streaming, and my wife got on to me and said, you're supposed to be retired and relaxing and taking it easy, and you're not, so stop it. So now I stream a little bit less than I used to. For me, though, a few things that you can always find me doing is you can always find me with Atmo Esports, every single event they have. I also do a show every single week for Gilded called the Partner Power Hour, and you can find me on twitch.tv Team Gilded every Thursday or Friday. And in fact, you were actually there with me last Friday. And then I can be found streaming myself, just whatever game tickles my fancy. 99% of the time it's Star Citizen. But you can find me streaming whatever on Blood Eagle _ENT on Twitch, and that's usually where I'm at.
All right. I mean, shout out your right now your name is Blood Eagle on the camera, but you gotta shout out so your Twitch is what? Blood Eagle _ENT on Twitch.
Yeah, it stands for Blood Eagle Entertainment. So it's Blood Eagle _ENT.
Gotcha. All right. Well, make sure you guys, go find Blood Eagle. Obviously, doing some great things for the Star Citizen community. Just like myself, he always loves helping people out. You just got to be able to reach out. So if you guys, want to get connected with Blood, you guys can find them, mostly on Gilded. You guys can, say hello, do whatever you got to do to make sure you guys get his attention. As for myself, guys, I don't need a shout out here. I just want to shout out, say, the community in general, man. Incredible people so far. We got right here UEMC almost finishing. After this, we're gonna get you guys. We're gonna give you every single standing for stage 1 going into stage 2. And again, if you guys want to find me, you guys want to show me some love, that's totally fine. You guys can find me on any platform at Crucian Gaming. You guys can find me, show up some love, come hang out in the stream, whatever you do. I like to talk a lot. I like to talk about anything. So if you guys ever want to have somebody to chat and talk to, you guys are more than welcome to come join me anytime. But other than that, let's take a look at UMC finishing here in 5th place. United Earth Mining Corporation. Congratulations, this 5th place is yours, and hopefully you guys have a beautiful experience on going into the next stage of stage 2.
Yeah, that's it. All the teams have done a really, really good job today. Everybody's done a great, I didn't see anybody blow up on a tree, which I'm a little sad about. I would have loved to see, just a head-on tree explosion.
We saw somebody blank a tree and clipped it, right? In Team Oro,
True.
You saw they smacked that tree so hard that they immediately went on fire. That was actually really cool. Even though they didn't explode, that vehicle still took enough significant damage that they had to switch out no matter what.
Well, and as well as I do that prior to this patch, had that vehicle hit that tree, it would have been an instant explosion, because it always it has been for the longest time now. So the fact that they have gotten to the point now where they are able to clip those trees and just have the engine catch on fire or lose a fender is kind of cool. I wish we would have seen a tire or two fall off, but it looks like UEMC is about to park on the side of a mountain, maybe.
All right, there we go. Nope. UEMC coming up here, and then we're going to show the full scoreboard that should already be implemented, and we'll show everybody here. So they'll be coming up here pretty soon. So we're just waiting for them to finish. Yo, you wonder what would be funny, though? The 890 jump just takes off. Yo,
follow the white rabbit.
890 jump just take off right now. Don't let him finish. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
You get
man.
half a point. Half a point. That's all you get.
Half a point, unless you catch it.
Looks like that 890's rocking a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of doing some rocking. I think they're gonna get taken off. You want to be cool, like at the end they got taken off, and then they do a little bit of like a flyby with everybody on Walkers of Sigma around them. That would be super cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations there, Team UEMC. Congrats, and let's look at the leaderboard here in a second. I'll let you take that away to close it out here for tonight, Blood.
Okay, so this is how we are going to score this. So if you notice, you will see that the Tourdiverse final results for Etape 1, which is Stage 1, we have got Team Nova with 4 points coming in 3rd place. We have got Team Oro with 6 points coming in 1st. We have got Rogue Star coming in 4th place with 3 points. Team Vora coming in second place with 5 points. Team WTTC, who sadly ran through every single one of their RCs, and they got 1 point for their effort. And then Team UEMC coming in last as far as we saw. However, they get 2 points because they did finish the race. So that is our standing. Now, as you notice, you will see that there's a 2 and a 3 there. Next week, we will be doing race number 2. Race number 2 is called As Cold the Wind Blows. And that stands for you are going to be going up and down some very, very high, very, very cold mountains on Microtech. So get on your thermal underwear and prepare, because it's coming.
Hey, before we head out here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to the viewers, to everybody out there, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. But we need to get the guy involved to say some words, man. This is, your first Tour de Verse, stage 1. So, Sergey, go get Luo VC so he can say something to the people out there before we head out, because he needs to take the floor and say, and I want to hear an experience about how he feels that stage 1 went. So, yes. So get his booty up here, and he can talk to the community out there, because this is his baby. He put this all together with his team, SACE, so that way he can get some words in, so it's going to be fun.
Crucian, do we want to get an interview with UEMC before we have Louis?
Now, let's just get Louis up here right now. I think, as we get the stages going, we'll definitely interview different racers at different times to get that diversity throughout the race. So, but let's get some words from the organizers so he can, show the love and how he feels about this first stage 1. But great race so far. Great final results here. They're right on the 890 jump, taking off. Congrats again to every single racer today. You guys,
that's a beautiful view right there.
Yep.
That 890 jump going off into the sunset with the finals all over the screen there. That is quite a view. Quite a view indeed.
Yeah, great. Seriously, great race so far, man. Hopefully we get some teams get some more vehicles, but incredible day. To kind of recap until Luo gets here, we've had scout ships blown up, or somehow cyclones surviving in those ships. We've seen people running to rocks, running to all types of places, man. We've seen ships blown up, Team Nova, Team Vora. We've seen Team UMC bring out all types of vehicles. They're like, we're going to bring out the TR, the RN. They're bringing out all types of vehicles right now, man. Again, big shout out to Walkers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Big shout out to Walkers of Sigma as well for running security for us today. And then we're going to get Luo VC in here. Is he in
Hello, guys.
Can you guys hear him in chat? Just making sure. They should be able to hear you, right?
Yeah, we're making sure.
I think our director says that he can hear me.
Okay, so
Chat, you guys hear Lou VC?
Lil VC, man. Let's talk a little. How are you feeling, man? Stage 1 complete of Tour de Verse.
Oh wow, it was such a bit hassle. At the beginning, it was headaches because we were like with a lot of people here, trying to organize everything. And at the beginning, when so many people dropped out, we had checkpoint 2 dropping out. It was so much work, but it was all worth it. It was such a fine race.
So I have to ask, I know that you guys put your heart and your soul into this, and I know that getting closer and closer, because I run events myself, I know as you get closer and closer to the day of the event, it feels like the weight of the universe is upon your shoulders. Now that we have completed the first stage of the Tour de Verse, does it feel like weight has been lifted off your shoulders, like it's just kind of going now and you can just ride that wave?
I'm flying right now. Yeah.
Good deal.
Let's go. Well played.
Yeah, it's really it was really fun organizing this, and I really want to thank everybody helping us, the security guys, the referees, also people dropping in on the last second because some people were having issues with their PC.
And I know that for those of you at home that are watching, SACE as actually in a live studio together. So they actually came together into a live studio to produce this entire thing. All of the stuff that you see on screen, all of the text that we've been reading as broadcasters, everything's been feeding in our ear, the images that you see popping up and stuff, that's all been by a team together, working together in that studio, and it's really a cool experience. It really has been awesome. And you guys should be super, super proud of yourselves. And when we shut off the broadcast here shortly, you guys should really keep your chin high and feel just great, because you guys have done a great job.
All right.
Well, Frank Hubert couldn't be doing it without you two guys, of course, like making the whole show of it.
Hey, I'm just here to do my best and bring some excitement to Star Citizen. I'm pretty sure Blood Eagle has the same thing, but
Absolutely.
Hey, Luovici, do me a favor, man. Get some closing remarks, whatever you want to say to the community, man. This is your time. This was, the event you organized along with your org, so please take it away, man. Whatever you want to say, go for it. Thank mom, dad, whoever.
Well, thank you. What I just want to do is I want to thank the community. This is not the first event I've organized. I did one in the game Rust before. Now going to Star Citizen, meeting the community, meeting so many people that are willing to help out. That is so nice. It was heartwarming. It was really good. Like you two guys, but everybody involved. Everybody was just enthusiastic. The teams were great. Everybody was just trying to have fun, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. Nothing big, just have a good evening, have a good race, a little bit competitive, but not too much. And the whole experience in the past month was just one big thrill. Was great, and I want to thank everybody, also the drivers, the scouts, the camera crew, referees, everybody involved. There's a lot of people involved actually, and this is one of the greatest experiences of organizing an event whatsoever. It was really good. That's where I want to close with.
Gotcha. Well, guys, that's going to be for it today. Myself and Blood had a great pleasure of being, the casters here at Tour de Verse. You guys will see us again next Sunday for Tour de Verse stage number 2. We'll see you guys next time. We appreciate it. Peace out.
See you, folks.